Dating, feminism's greatest accomplishment. You see, the original mission, so to speak, of feminism was to gain equal rights for women. Equal rights. Where women didn't feel like they were second-class citizens. They didn't want to be second-class citizens or even looked at as second-class citizens. They wanted to have the same opportunities. They wanted to have the, matter of fact, they didn't even want to have the same opportunities. They wanted to have opportunities. They wanted the right to vote. They didn't care about being able to be in office. They didn't care about being able to be a congressman, a congresswoman, or a president, or any of that. They didn't care about none of that. They didn't even care about being a mayor. Nigga, they didn't even care about being a school counselor. All they cared about was having an opportunity to make a difference. That's a far cry from what the dating game is. The dating game is a place where women make all of the rules. If they change every rule of dating today and say that only fat men will get the most attractive women, every man will forego his fitness and become a fat man. Every man in the dating pool who is out there willing to chase a woman down in order to be a member of her stable would do whatever women require them to do in order to be a member of the dating game. So when you view it from that perspective and understand that all of right now, if you're tall in the dating game, that's a positive. Tomorrow, if it suddenly says that short men are more godly, are more likely to be rich, or more anything that changes women's mind about short men, guess what? The 6'7" man will become an undesirable, and the 5'7" man will become Mr. It. You see, so when you're competing with other men in a situation, in a circumstance that is controlled by someone who is unlike you, and they are able to determine your value, then you need to do some soul searching. You really need to do some soul searching. Max 70114 is in the building. Dre Raphael is on deck. Now, let's talk about some things, some reasons that I say dating is feminism's greatest accomplishment. You see, the number one thing is that, and this is the number one premise of the, what they call it, fourth wave feminism. I guess this is fourth wave. It runs on the premise that all women deserve special treatments and considerations. You see, the tall woman deserves the same consideration as the short woman. The fit woman deserves the same consideration as the fat woman. The broke woman deserves the same consideration as the paid woman. The childless woman deserves the same consideration as the woman who has 5 kids by 6 men. And both of those women deserve the same consideration as the virgin who has never been touched. The woman who has HIV deserves the same consideration as the woman who has a clean bill of health. When the rules are skewed in favor of the opposing party, in favor of the opposite team, how can you possibly be willing to compete in that environment? That environment is set up for you to be victimized at every turn. That is why men are stepping and fetching and stepping ever so lightly and walking on thin ice in the dating game. Because they know that a chick who is a 3 has more and better options than a man who is all put together. And why would I play in a game where the woman who has nothing going for herself has just as good a chance at success in that game as I do, no matter how much I build myself, no matter how great I become? Anything that women control is a detriment to men. Women do not want you to be successful. They only want you to be successful if they intend to use whatever success you have attained to their own benefit. So in the dating game, there is no success there for you. Your success is simply getting the woman, beating out the other men for the prize that is actually no prize at all. So you see, when I look at it, I say, wait a minute. So what you're telling me is, here I am. I work as hard as I possibly can. I'm as fit as I can be. Amazing physique. My money is long just like my wood. You understand? My money and my wood last name long. Now suddenly, here's a chick who has nothing going for herself. Body ain't worth nothing. Face ain't much better. But she feels like she has the right to me. See, it's not that she can get me. It's the fact that in that game, by the rules of that game, she has the right to be available to me. And I am wrong if I'm not available to her. Now, am I saying that every man plays by the rules? No, not every man plays by the rules. But the fact that these are the rules. If this was the only way to get women, yes, I would say we're all stuck playing the dating game or being monks, but it is not the only way to get women. Men choose to play this game. Men choose to play this game because at the same time, it has benefits to every man. You see, if you're taller, that's going to benefit you. But if you're shorter and you're richer, being shorter is not going to be quite the detriment to you because there's a group of women who want you rich no matter how tall or short you are. If you're rich and tall or rich and short, but you're not the fittest, and here I come, I'm super fit with an amazing, the type of body that makes women, that make them have to change their panties, then yes, that is going to benefit me as well. But the problem is, all of us men with all of these different qualities, all of these different characteristics that place value on us, that give us value, are competing for the same few little groups of women. Because let's be honest, the majority of the women in the dating pool are not the most attractive women around. The most attractive women around do not have to date. You understand? The most attractive women around are more likely to have men who meet all of those qualifying factors. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean the dating pool qualifying factors. If you're in a dating pool, there's certain women that the majority of men don't even have access to, no matter what. There are certain women who demand that you meet all of their qualifications. If they want you tall, dark, handsome, paid, and fit, guess what? If you're not all of those things, you don't have a chance with that one. This is why this game is skewed, because we don't know who that woman is. She doesn't have to represent all of those things. She doesn't have to be beautiful and attractive and rich and anything. They determine what that is. She can simply be attractive. She can be attractive and dumb and still demand what she demands in the dating game. She can be smart and unattractive and still demand what she demands in the dating game. I saw a documentary, and I'm quite sure some of you saw this documentary as well, about men going to Brazil. It was another one. It was one about educated women saying they can't find men on their level. Now I'm going to be honest with you. I remember about 12 women in there. 11 of them were overweight and short. One of them was very attractive. I'll give her that. One of them was very attractive. The other 11 were overweight and short. But they had educations. And when you hear them talk about their dating standards, I was like, man, you got to be kidding me. In the dating game, she can gloss over her lack of physical attractiveness. She can gloss over that and bring other characteristics to the table. As a man, you can't do that. You're pigeonholed into the women who like that one good characteristic you have, where a woman who has one good characteristic has access to all the men, and she plays the game that way. And as a man, when you have a 5 that is dissing you, you're more likely to deal with a 4. If you can't get an 8, guess what? You're more likely to deal with a 6. If none of the 9.4s, because you know I don't do dimes, no woman is perfect. If none of the 9.4s want you, you stop pursuing the 9.4s. But guess what? The 6.6 can have access to the very best man there is available. And I ask you, why in the hell would I play that game? Tell me why I would play that game. Clinks is in the building. What up, Steph Clinkscale's in the building. Venom, what's good, bro? King in the East is in the building. What's good, bro? I agree with you 100%, man. Shanzir, I appreciate the super chat, brother. Good to see you back in here. It's been a minute, man. Good to see you on deck with us. Dwayne the Money. I'm gonna say BoA came in unexpected. So I say to you this, man. My city, what's good, brother? Good to see you in the building. So I say to you this, man. Why is it that we're willing to play this game? I tell you another thing. Dating requires a financial investment with no possibility of a worthy return. Notice I said a worthy return. There is no possibility of a worthy return in the dating game. What's the return? Sex? Hey man, there's a group that I used to listen to, man. Older cats used to listen to it back in the day, man. I was a teeny bopper. I was younger than a teeny bopper. And it was a group called Top Authority. And the song was called Pussy Ain't Worth No Cash. And it ain't, man. It never has been. You see, I'm from an era where men knew that. It ain't worth no cash. You might see a D-boy with a young chick, but guess what she doing? She riding work in and out of town for him. She earning her keep. So she may look fly and she may wear the finest things, but guess what? She's the reason that he ain't got to take that trip across state lines, worry about going to penitentiary, because she taking that trip for him. It's not like that anymore. So when you talk about that, and you can say, well, it don't cost that much. Let's say you go on 3 dates with a woman. Each date costs, let's say, $50. I think $50 is pretty low. If you let's say even if it costs $30, in 3 days you just spend $90. That ain't including gas. That ain't including what you pay yourself for your time. If you paying yourself for your time, any man that's not paying himself for his time, I mean, man, you have a slave mentality if you don't pay yourself for your time. If you go to a job and demand that they pay you for your time and you don't charge yourself for your time, or anyone else, if you don't charge a woman for your time but you charge your job for your time, come on, man. I don't even understand the logic in that. But that's another story for another show, man. So I'm not invested in anything where I know there is no return. What's the return on it? It'd be different if every man in her life had to spend money to have sex with her. But there are men in her life who didn't have to do that. I doubt if every woman's first time was with a man who paid her, with a man who took her on a date, with a man who did any of that. It was just a dude that she liked. And she was probably too young to be worried about going on a date anyway, knowing these Americanized chicks. But I'm telling you, that's not the case. It has never been the case. So why am I going to be the one? Why am I let's say this. Let's say if she's been with 10 dudes and I'm number 11. Why am I, being number 11, going to wine and dine her to get what 10 men already had before? You see what I'm saying? The payoff will never measure up in dating. If all you want from women is one thing, the payoff won't ever measure up. I say this. If you just want one thing, you might well just pay her for that one thing and go on your way. You get to save your time, which you should be charging yourself or her first. Somebody should be paying for your time. You get to save that time and take that time and do something else and skip past all the pleasantries and just pay her for what you want. And there are some very attractive women out there, some beautiful women who will just allow you to pay them for what you want. And you ain't got to go through all the rigmarole of trying to date and impress her. She don't care. The woman that you dating already concerned about your money, so you got to have money or act like you got money to date her anyway. So if you got to have money and pay money, then why not just go ahead and get what you want, man, and save your time? How you going to give a woman your money and your time? You see what I'm saying? There is no worthy investment. There's no worthy return on your dating investment. I don't care what nobody tells you. There's no worthy investment. No, worth a return rather on your dating investment. It's just simply not. Jones Reginald, what up, bro? Fort Hood, Texas, in the building. France Pierre, the Haitians are coming. The Haitians are coming. That what came in like Power Revere. The Haitians are coming. The Haitians are coming. What up, bro? What's good to see you in the building, man? I had a couple of Haitian homies, man, back in my day, man, when we was plugged in the MIA, man. I don't know, man. Where your wrench at, Wood? I could swear I just gave it to you, man. I don't know why I keep going off, man. Alright, I just put it back on, man. You should be good, man. You should be good now. So, Donnell Harris is in the building. You know what, Donnell Harris? That's a good question. Donnell Harris said, wouldn't that make you a trick? Yes, it makes you a trick, but dating makes you a trick as well. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be a trick, save your time and just go ahead and trick off for what you want. That's the thing. Men believe that dating is not tricking. It is tricking. It's worse than tricking because you're tricking you're tricking your time and your money. You're tricking your time and your money hoping to get what you want. Hoping to get the payoff. If you just go ahead and trick off with a woman who wants, you can just go ahead and get the payoff and trick off and be done with it. See, both of them are trick. You just have to decide how much you're willing to invest. Are you willing to just invest the money that you're already going to invest in dating? And the time that you're going to invest in dating? Or are you going to save the time and invest the money? The only way to save the money and the time is to do what I do and don't date at all. You don't have to date in order to get women, man. You don't have to. I'm talking about quality women. You don't have to date to get quality women, to get beautiful women, to get attractive women, to get submissive women, you don't have to date to do that. As a matter of fact, dating is the way to not get those women. DC Dub is in the building. What up, bro? Mr. Jackson, what up, Jack? Good to see you in the building, man. Make sure I ain't miss nobody up in the joint. No, we in the building. Mr. Ilmore47, I appreciate the super chat, brother. Homie say checking in, man. I appreciate you coming through the joint, bro. Real talk. Shout out to the brother, Mr. Ilmore47, for the $2 super chat. Now, another thing about this whole dating thing, man, is the fact that it gives women multiple options. It gives her multiple options so she doesn't have to be fully vested into anyone. She can give you minimal time. Now, what does multiple options do? It causes her to ghost you. It causes her to flake on dates. It causes her to put you on the back burner, not return your calls, not return your texts, not reach out to you, act like you're an afterthought, act like you don't matter. You think I'm finna let some chick do that to me, man? How the hell I'm gonna be alpha and let some chick play me like that, man? How I'm gonna let some chick treat me like I'm the average dude? You see what I'm saying? If I put myself in a position to be treated like every other dude, then what puts me above them? Nothing puts you above everybody else except yourself, your self-perception, the way you carry yourself. The way you present yourself is what puts you above everyone else. If you don't put yourself in regular positions, then you ain't gonna be a regular dude. If you do put yourself in regular positions, then no matter how cold you think you are, man, you're just an average dude, man. I'm not putting myself in no position to be treated like a second-class citizen. Why in the hell am I gonna let a woman do what feminism has fought for me not to be able to do to them, or them not to have done to them, rather? Why am I going to let her treat me like a second-class citizen when feminism is all about her not being treated like a second-class citizen? You're a victim of feminism, man, when you out there dating like that. A woman treats you like she the man and you the woman. Dictate to you when you can see her, when you can't see her. Dictate to you when you can talk to her, when you can't talk to her. All for what? So you can get some nookie? Is she a virgin? Is she a virgin, man? Hey, man, jump through them hoops, my brother. I can't even fault you if she a virgin. But 9 times out of 10, if she already out there dating, she ain't no virgin, man. Fronts Pierre, I appreciate the super chat, brother. I'm going to say women value what has value. True, brother. That is the truth of the matter. Guys, man, listen, man, we got 74 watching right now, man. We got 36 likes. So 77, as my moderator just said. Man, we got 77 watching, man, only 36 likes, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's get the likes up in the joint. Chris Ridley, the homie Riz is in the building. What up, Riz? Lance Payton is on deck. No doubt, bro. That's it, bro. That's real talk, LP. Real talk right there, bro. That's man talk right there. Andre Drake is in the building. So, let's look at it like this, man. When she has multiple options, you are not a priority. And how in the hell are you going to prioritize yourself, but let a woman not prioritize you? The very least that a woman is going to give me is what I give myself. If I prioritize myself, she's going to prioritize me. If I pedestalize myself, she's going to pedestalize me. If I claim that I'm the best, she's going to claim that I'm the best. If I put me before the rest, she's going to put me before the rest. I will not accept treatment from a woman that I am not giving myself. I will not allow it. I will have no woman before I accept that. If you're just joining me, man, this is the High Alpha 2 Show, and I'm your host with the most, Dr. BoA, aka Book of Alpha Running Me. And today's topic is dating, feminism's greatest accomplishment. Then the next thing, man, that and this is the thing, there is a prerequisite to dating. Before you start dating, you have to wrap your mind around the concept that we spoke of earlier. You have to accept that you are going to be in a position on a woman's roster. So let's look at, when you're a member of a roster, you're either on the team and she's your coach. You're either in a stable and she's your pimp. You're either on a staff and she's your boss. You see what I'm saying? Either way it goes, you're putting yourself in a position of allowing a woman to control you. What man in this modern society, with all the technological advances that man has made, with all of the information resources that man has available to him, with all of the know-how, all of the gumption that men have developed to better themselves in every way possible, what man is willingly going to say, I'm going to put myself in a position where a woman controls me? What man is going to say that? Not what man is going to say that, man? Nestle Snipes, the homie Nino Brown is in the building. What up, homie? King George III, KG3, what's good, bro? Sarpy11, what's good, bro? Hey, man, good to see you in the chat for the first time, man. Salute to Sarpy11, brother. Welcome to the Alpha Sphere. So I say to you, man, these things make no sense, but these are the things that dating consists of, man. This is what dating consists of. So when you accept the fact that you're going to be treated like a stepchild, you're going to be treated like a second-class citizen, you're going to be treated, what that means is that you're pedestalizing the woman. And here in the Alpha Sphere, you know the number one rule is that you do not pedestalize or prioritize women. You don't do it. It serves no benefit in your life. But when you enter into the dating pool, you are saying that women are the priority and women are to be pedestalized. And even if you say in your mind or even out of your mouth that I'm not pedestalizing women, yes, hell you are. When you accept a position on her roster, you are saying she's so damn great that she deserves to have you and other men. Let me tell you something. This is the alpha motto that I live by. Very few women deserve to have just me. No woman deserves to have me and another man. No woman deserves to have another man and me. I don't care who she is. I don't care what she stands for. She does not deserve it. And guess what? Her ass ain't gonna get it. Nappy Assassin is in the building. What up, bro? That's real talk. That's real talk. Lance Payne, I'm going to have to repeat that, man. The homie Lance Payne said, when you're a real man, it is hard to take bullshit. Yet they want you to swallow your pride, put your head down, and go along. Do your own thing and eat ramen noodles before you let a woman control you. Hey, man, let's say that again. Do your own thing and eat ramen noodles. Nigga, live in your car if you have to before you let a woman control you. The number one thing you have in your life is self-control. When you give it up willingly in a free world, and allow somebody to control you, might as well commit a crime and go to prison. If you're going to put yourself in prison willingly, you might as well go somewhere where they're going to give you 3 houses and a cot, and you ain't got to worry about some woman dominating you all day long, homie. And that's the reality of it. Stephen Malaysia is in the building. What up, homie? Good to see you in the building, Steph. John Doe, what's good, homie? Lord Raynor, what's good, brother? Good to see you in the joint, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it, brother. Raiders 48 Gates is in the building. What up, bro? Good to see you in the building, man. Top Hat Players. What's good, my brother? So, let's talk about another thing here, man. Dating represents the actual opposite of the power position men originally held in gender interaction. You see, there was a time when you are a man, and if you had your shit together like everybody's trying to do, be on your purpose, get your body right, do everything you're supposed to do, man, get your mind right, get your spirit right, do all of that, get yourself together, become the best version of yourself, you could just go to a man and say, look, man, your daughter is bad. I want her. I want that baby. Get it, get it, get it, get it. I want her. I'm gonna do it like this, do it like that. And once I get it, ain't no turning back. Yeah, you want her. And you know what the man said? What are your credentials, young man? He said, man, I'm paid. I'm fit, as you could tell. I'm raw. I'm taller than you, and you pretty tall. I mean, what else do you need? I think that'll do it. Sally? Hi, Sally. Come on out here. Got this old Dr. BoA out here. He's a good old fella. I told him he can have you. Pack your shit and come on. And I'm telling you now, you do what this man here tell you to do. I can feel it in his spirit. He's a good man. Now you do what he tell you to do, because if he come back here and tell you ain't coming back here now. Dr. BoA, you enjoy her now. I raised her right. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. We'll see you later. That's how it goes. Now it's no longer like that. You have to deal directly with the woman. So you don't deal with masculine energy controlling the environment. You deal with feminine energy controlling the environment. So you have to bow down, change who you are, fix your mouth not to say certain things, get in your mind that you don't want to offend her. You don't want to lose the opportunity for sex with this woman. She's so amazing, and her sex that you have never had before is probably has a 50-50 chance of being so great that you're going to jump through hoops and change who you are and do all of these different things just in case you look up and get it. It's the total opposite of how it was intended for it to be, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm old school, man. I was trained by the best. I was trained by the OGs, man. I ain't got time for that. I ain't never changed. If the game changed so much that I can't get no woman by being who I am, hey, man, I guess I'll be one of them cats, man. They give me a $15,000 sex doll, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to give me 3. Give me a white girl, Asian girl, and black girl, man. I'm going to spend $45,000, man, on human-looking dolls. If that's what I got to do, if it gets to that point where me being alpha eliminates me from getting women before I compromise who I am, I'm going to give me some women that don't talk back. That's what I'm going to do. And that's the reality of it for me. Now, that ain't got to be your reality. At some point, everybody has a breaking point. My breaking point is never. If your breaking point is not quite never, cool, man. As long as your breaking point ain't now. The world we live in now, there is no reason for any man to be involved in the dating game, man. There is no reason for any man to be involved in the dating game right now. Job Field, what's good, brother? No doubt. Straight up weak position. Juan Duarte is in the building. The homie T. Harris is on deck. And we're talking about the realities of life here, man. I ain't saying this, man, to try to be funny or make no damn jokes. I'm telling you what my outlook is for real, homie. I am who I am, man. I love who I am, man. I love being alpha, man. I love being who I am no matter what circumstances face me, man. I love being who I am no matter what happens in my life. I love waking up knowing that if I'm busted and disgusted living in my whip, guess what, man? I'm still alpha. I just got to regroup, man, and figure shit out, man. Somewhere I made a wrong turn in Albuquerque. It's time for me to retrace my steps and pick up where I should have been left off at. You dig? Now, another thing is this, man. And this is the main reason that I don't date. Dating prioritizes women as the prize. Dating prioritizes women as the prize. And in every scenario, there can only be one prize. Black Ram 313 is in the building. What's good, BR 313? Alpha's up, no doubt, brother. Salute to you. Now, when you think about this, and you think about women being the prize, whoever is the prize, the other party is the winner of the prize. So here you are in a game that tells you A woman who has several other options is a prize to you, but she is also a prize to those other 10 options. So here a woman is who has 11 options, and all 11 men feel like she is a prize. That 12th man is in trouble. He finna be trying to get with a woman who already got 11 men filling her head like she is the prize, man. I'm not finna deal with no woman with that level of cockiness, that level of unharnessed self-centeredness, man. I'm not finna deal with that, man. She has no idea that she has more flaws than she has positive attributes. She is stuck in her head in a way that makes her believe that all of her flaws are actually positive attributes, things that benefit men. She thinks that her being a tad bit overweight just makes her softer, more cushion for the pushing, because that's what the dating man tells her. She believes that her halfway filthy house is clean because the dating man overlooks the fact that she might not be washing her butt because she doesn't keep her house clean. He doesn't care as long as it doesn't blow up the whole room. And anyway, he's going to strap up, so he don't care anyway. She doesn't believe that her having 6 children by 7 men is a problem because the dating man tells her it's okay as long as they're asleep when he comes over. So here this fool is creeping into the house, wasting his time, tipping around like a little ass kid trying to creep into the house while her kids are in the bed, and then he got to go in there and be all quiet, pretty much make love to this chick while he in there, so she won't make up no noise, he won't make up no noise, and man, let me tell you something, brothers. Men who date create more beta energy than any other men on the market, than any other men in the world. They are the ones who create this energy that makes a woman think she's God's gift to any man. No matter what her problems and issues and troubles and struggles are, she feels like she's a gift to any man. I know I did a video once and told you guys, man, I did the experiment, man, on the dating sites and all of that. And I just went on, man, just to look at profiles. Man, let me tell you something. The majority of women on dating sites are not even attractive. The majority of those women are not even attractive. And I hear men all the time talking about, man, they go on these dating sites, man, just to get something to knock down. Let me tell you something, man. If a woman is unattractive with bad hair and you knock her down, she believes that her being unattractive with bad hair is not unattractive with bad hair. You are a problem. You are one of the many problems. Another thing, if every woman who has let herself go and doesn't even care what she puts into her face and how it swells her body up, if she has multiple options everywhere she goes, that is why the obesity problem is so prevalent here, because men are not placing demands on women that they care about them damn selves. Men who date don't hold women to any type of standards, man. It does not. It is amazing that they have no standards. And the fact that men, and this is the thing, the men who frequent social media, always commenting and posting on chicks' pictures, these are the same cats that be in the dating pool. These are the same cats that are looking for information on how they can date women. And the crazy thing is, they never date the women that they see on social media. They date the women that they see on Tinder or that they see on Plenty of Fish. Those are the women that they end up dating. They don't end up dating the women who are on Instagram getting 1,000 likes on their pics, because guess what? Those women don't even have to date. We don't even get into social media. Thirst is a totally different post. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come on tonight. I'm going to be back on tonight. I feel good tonight. I'm going to come back on tonight, man. And we're going to talk about, matter of fact, we won't come on tonight. We'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, man, we're going to talk about social media thirst. That's a totally different show. That's an entire stream by itself. The woman who, we'll talk about that later, man. I don't even want to get into it. But social media thirst, we'll talk about that tomorrow, man. That's a totally different game right there. I've stopped dealing with many of brothers, man, because I realized, man, that they were thirsty on social media. Man, let me tell you something. The world we live in right now, brothers, you have to think about this and you have to remember this. We are all guilty by association, depending on who we associate with. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you think about this. If your homie is a thief, and y'all always kicking it tight, even if you ain't never stolen in a day in your life, once words get out and everybody knows that he's a thief, guess what? The two of you are thieves. And you can say, well, it don't matter. I don't care what they think. Yes, hell, you do. Nobody wants to be considered something like a thief if your ass ain't a thief. People are going to deal with you like you're a thief and you're not even a thief. The company you keep will reflect on your interaction with other people. I'm telling you, there is no greater effect on your interaction with other people outside of your own personal interaction with other people than the company you keep. And so if you are keeping the company of beta male, simp manginas, man, who are living a life of 2019 is the year, man, that we are going to separate alpha from beta. That is the mission of the book of Alpha Running Man. We are going to separate alpha from beta. I caught a lot of flack last year being confronted with characteristics that were being attributed to alpha that are not alpha. And this year, we're going to separate the two. You understand what I'm saying? I don't appreciate me being full 100% alpha male and somebody else putting some energy out there, a bunch of cats putting energy out there that's not alpha and claiming that it's alpha. So when anyone meets me, a woman, or somebody in business, anyone, you understand what I'm saying? When I'm telling them about my brand, BoA, and they say, well, what does that mean? I say, Book of Alpha Running. They say, oh, you're an alpha male. They say, well, aren't you guys womanizers? I'm like, hell no. Like, don't you guys run around and beat your chest and just try to get all the women all the time? Man, hell no. That ain't what we do. Well, don't you guys just throw caution to the wind, don't really care about, what you have to do to get what you want? Man, hell no, man. We live by the laws of the Most High. There are certain things that are going on out here, man, that have been attributed to my energy, and I don't like it. Hollywood Hawkins, man, no doubt, brother. I appreciate you, man. Man, where in the hell your wrist keep going, Hawk? I got to check that out, man. I saw you with it, and now it's gone again. I don't know what's going on. Yasha Ben Israel is in the building. What's good, bro? Good to see you in the building. Be easy, Hollywood, man. Take care of your business, bro. Yeah, no doubt will be. You have to do that, man. You definitely have to do it, man. Yeah, you know what? That is, man. That's really, when a man or woman run across you, they really have never met an alpha male before. And that's why when I say the results that I have with women, man, just from meeting them, just from like me being somewhere and they choose, man, and I get the soft choose, I convert it to the hard choose, and then bam, just from the conversation, she already knows I'm not like anyone she's ever met. You understand what I'm saying? All I have to do is be me. And it ain't because I'm so great, it's because I'm so blessed, man. The Most High has blessed me with this energy, man. The Most High has blessed me with this energy, man. I thank him every day for this energy, man. This ain't me. This is him doing this work. I'm just a vessel, homies. Another thing is this, man. The number one thing that dating does, and it does this so subtly, and these men don't even understand that they're playing a role in this. It takes away the accountability of women for piling up a high body count. Dating is constructed for a woman to get a pass on piling up a body count. That's what dating is. Dating is code word for a woman's ability, a woman's playroom to where she can pile up a body count without any type of consequences and repercussions. So if you're one of the men in her stable, then you accept the fact that you're one of the 10, 11, 12 men that she's actively engaged in sex with, possibly. All 11 or 12 might not be getting it in, but it's possible that all 11 or 12 are. It's a possibility. Unlikely. More than likely, there's only about 6 or 7 out of 12 that even have an opportunity. The other 6 or 7 are just there to be do-boys and to be backup plans when one of the men that she wants to get with, thus not play the game that way on that particular weekend. But what I am saying is this. You are willingly accepting the fact that she can pile up a body count and you still prioritize her. She is still the priority, even though she is in a game where throughout the course of a year, she can pile up a body count of 50 to 100 men. Because there are millions of men in the dating pool, man. Hundreds of thousands at the very least. Yeah, straight friend zone. Jermaine Savory, what's good, bro? DJ Goldmouth. DJ Goldie, aka Goldmouth, is in the building. What up, Goldie? Good to see you in the building, bro. So when you think about it, man, you have to keep in mind that the dating game is set up to be a detriment to true alpha energy. In order to participate in the dating game, you must shun your alpha energy. You must become a less alpha version of yourself. You have to. If you are a true alpha with with the alpha energy from the Most High, a morally sound alpha, a spiritual alpha, you cannot find yourself in the dating pool. So, and the thing, not only does it take away the accountability of women piling up a body count, it makes you, when you participate in the dating game, you have to tell yourself that all of these women are worthy of you. And let me tell you something, brothers, and this real talk. The way this society is today and the things that women can do and get away with without consequences or repercussions, or even have positive energy around something that has perennially been a negative thing, the majority of these women do not deserve you. And if you compromise your own outlook on yourself, it's not that you're pedestalizing her so much at that point, it's that you're undermining your own value. You're detracting your own value, man. We're detracting from your own value. And that's crazy to me. To look at yourself in the mirror and say, man, I'm all that, man. I'm the truth. But now when they come to these women in dating pool, they all deserve me, no matter how good I am, no matter how great I am, no matter how rich I get, no matter how good I am, no matter how tight I build my body, no matter how successful my business become, no matter how much I mature. None of that matters. Because they all deserve a man like me. Come on, bro. That's crazy. Urban CZ is in the building. What's good, bro? Red Pill Youngin, what's good, bro? Good to see you in the building. Ray Allen, what's good, bro? Instagram Vito Big Vito, what's good, homie? Now, another thing is this, man. Dating is not what men think it is. The majority of men think women date to find a mate. And that is why the majority of these men out here complain, man, you dating women out here, man. They go for the thug and they go for this and blah, blah, blah. And they just want to use you for your resources and all of that right there. It's because you're going into the dating game thinking that it's set up for women who want to find a mate. It is rare. It is rare that a couple ends up in a long-term relationship and they started dating the traditional dating way first. 9 times out of 10, they knew one another at work or something like that, or they met one another in another setting as opposed to just dating. Women do not date to find a mate; they date to find a servant, either financial or sexual. Remember that. If you are dating, you are going out willing to be some woman's financial servant or her sexual servant. Those are the only two qualifying positions that you can have in a woman's life in the dating pool. You can be a financial servant or a sexual servant. And when I say financial servant, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're just giving her money. Let's say if your ass know how to do roofing and she need a roof on her house, and you go out there and put a roof on her house for free when somebody else would have charged about $3,500. You just saved her $3,500. And what she gave you? Probably bought you some beer or bought you some bottled water, depending on what you want, and probably fed you a meal. Let you sit up and Netflix and chill. Then send your ass home. Let you cuddle up, rub her feet or something like that. Then send your ass home. Lay her head on you and go to sleep with a pillow on your lap Now you sitting there bricked up thinking, man, oh man, this is close I ever been to it. You can smell her. She smell good, man. She look good. She land on you. She curled up all effeminately, looking like a kitten. And you in there. And she send your ass home with blue balls. You see what I'm saying? This is what men do. This is how men behave in these type of scenarios, man. You have to understand that women don't date to find a mate. They date to find a servant, either financial or sexual. That is why when I hear, man, I've known men before who never even had intercourse with a woman. All they ever did was have oral sex with her. All they ever gave a man was oral sex. Just went through, gave her head, man. Went through, chill, ate dinner, kicked it like he finna get in, spent the night. All he had a chance to do, man, was go down on her, man, and then cuddle her and spoon with her, man, until you woke up the next morning. Then got put out early. You know what I'm saying? I know cats who've done this, man. I've consulted cats who were caught up in this type of mindset, and they thought it was positive. Now here you are. If you're that man, guess what? There is another man who is coming through. He ain't got to go down on it because that's your job. He just coming through straight savage pack. He come through straight savage pack. It's crazy, man. Playing that game, it's the fact that she has these types of options. Maurice Woods is in the building. What up, Mo Woods? Ramon Henderson is in the building. What up, Mon? Good to see you in the building, homie. So another thing is this, right? So I'll tell you another thing about the financial servant. Another thing about the financial servant is this. You'll be the one that she'll call if she gets a flat somewhere. So instead of having to call someone else or call AAA or call a wrecker, she'll call you. You'll get up out your bed and go figure out a way to help her out. You know why? Because you're one of the guys who is perfectly okay with just having an important position in her life. You don't care what the position is. You just want to feel needed by her. We're men. We need to feel needed. We like to feel needed. We want to feel needed. Any man in here who says he doesn't want to feel needed by his woman is crazy. You're lying to yourself. Maybe you don't like girls. Something wrong with you. Every man. It's a regal feeling to feel like your presence is needed to make a woman's life better. But when we get into talking about your presence versus you giving things, that is where the separation comes. You see, my presence itself, the fact that I can come into a woman's life and instruct her on how to improve her life in so many different areas, immediately she's going to see a financial improvement in her life because my frugality is going to bring her in and teach her how to be more frugal herself. So she's automatically going to see that. Automatically, her fitness level is going to increase, but she's going to see how I eat, and suddenly she's going to start to gravitate the way to I eat if she wants to feed me. If she wants to prepare a meal for me, she's going to have to prepare it the way I want to eat it, and she's going to have to enjoy it and indulge in it the way I like to eat it. You see what I'm saying? So if she's drinking soft drinks or something like that, she's gonna see that all I drink is water. And so although she might not just always drink water, she's gonna stop drinking those soft drinks. Bam, her physicality is gonna change even more. You see what I'm saying? These are the types of things that my presence brings. These are the type of things that a man who is dating a woman, his presence doesn't bring those things because she doesn't value your presence because she has the presence of multiple other men. So a man's presence is never good enough for a woman in a dating pool. You have to bring something to the table. Let me tell you something. In my world, a chick got to listen. Petite women have to pay. Big girls have to pay what I say. Petite women have to pay what I say, and big girls have to pay what they weigh. In her world, all the men have to pay. All the men have to pay something. You're gonna pay something. It's either gonna be money, time, effort, energy. It's gonna be something. Ken Wood is in the building. I appreciate the super chat, Ken Wood. Ken Wood says, what up, book? My city, Black Brown, China, SJ3, OB, Hollywood, much love. What up, Ken? Good to see you in the building. The homie Ken Wood is in the building. And and this is just the reality of how things go, man. I mean, we must understand that dating has no benefit to a true spiritual alpha male. And that's another thing we're going to do in 2019, man. We're going to start to position ourselves as spiritual alphas away from everyone else, because no man on the planet is higher than the spiritual alpha. And that is the direction that we're going to gravitate toward. Now, am I saying we're going to be holier than thou, going around pouring holy oil on motherfuckers? No, we're not going to do that. We ain't pouring no holy oil on nobody, or put, putting no cross on nobody's head, or trying to do no exorcisms or none of that. We ain't doing none of that. But we're going to gravitate ourselves and let the world know, man, that, alpha is a spiritual essence. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is this, man. The qualifying factors of being dateable, of being considered dateable, are created, managed, and updated by women. And it's also based on a set of criteria most of them don't even measure up to. So how often is it that you see a woman say she wants a man who's tall? She wants a man who at least 6'3", 6'4", and she 5'1". A man who's 6'3" or 6'4" should not be willing to date a woman who's 5'1". You see what I'm saying? She can place any types of qualifications she wants to on the men that, man, listen, there are women who have 3 children that want a man who ain't got no children. You understand? There are women, man, who got more lumps and rolls than they got fingers and toes, and they want a man who has a 6-pack. See what I'm saying? As a man, if you got more rolls than you got fingers and toes, man, you ain't finna be around here talking about, demanding that you have a sweet petite chick and that's all you gonna accept. But she will. In the dating pool, she will. And go crazy. What's good, bro? No matter what she looks like, she wants the opposite of what she is, which further indicates that she knows that what she is not the most presentable thing. She knows that what she is not prime. She knows that what she is not the most desirable thing. But she also knows that no matter what she brings to the table, her options are many. And her options are great. She knows this thing. So when you think about that, and you think about, when I hear men say, I'm going to build myself up into the best version of myself. See, this is the thing. If you're a dating man and you ain't got your shit together, think about this. If you're a dating man, you enjoy dating, and you ain't got your shit together, you spend 2 or 3 years grinding hard, becoming the leanest, meanest, paid, most spiritually grounded, confident version of yourself. Then you're going to turn around and get right back into the same damn dating pool that you were in when your ass was busted? At what point do men start to realize I'm above these women? It's easy for a woman to say I'm above a certain quality of men. At what point do these men say, you know what? Damn, I've improved myself so much that I'm above these women. It doesn't happen. Because dating says that women should be prioritized. Women are the priority. Women are the prize. So no matter how you build yourself up when you enter the dating game, you are just trying to catch a better quality of woman. You're not gonna catch a better quality of woman necessarily. You are hoping to attract a better quality of woman. I hear men say all the time, the more you get yourself together, the better quality woman you can attract. You're gonna date better quality women the more you get yourself together. So women are gonna quantify what gives us value as men. That's what we're on now. Women are going to quantify what gives us value as men, right? And we're going to accept that. We're going to include ourselves in a game, as they call it. See, I don't even play games. You know what I'm saying? I don't even play PlayStation, homie. I don't know nothing about PS4. I don't even know what the buttons do. I'm a grown-ass man, dog. You understand what I'm saying? I don't play games. So when you talk about playing the dating game, at least if I play PS4, I know that there are some ways that you can manipulate the buttons and do some things. But in the dating game, you can't manipulate nothing. You can be deceitful and manipulate with lies. And I don't want to have to lie about who I am. King George III, man, I appreciate the super chat. KG3 said, you just made me look at why I never really had to come out of pocket. Damn, I've been on my outfit for years, just didn't know it. Never really dated. That's what's up, KG3. That's what's up. It comes natural to some of us, man. KG3, appreciate another super chat, man. KG3 said, Ben knew I was a prize. No doubt, brother. Ben knew. Ben knew. Always knew. You know what I'm saying? And I tell my son that all the time, man. I always remind my son that you're the prize. That you're the prize. He tell me all the time now, man. He was just telling me the other day, man. I took him to a doctor's appointment, man. He was telling me that he said, Dad, you know, I realized that I be putting mom up on game all the time. I be like, you be putting up on game? I said, what you mean? He told us something about something about Netflix or something, man. Like how to work it or how she could maneuver around something, man. She said, man, she was really like, what? She didn't even know it. So any little time he does something like that, and whenever he tells me that, it's nothing. That's nothing. But I always make sure he knows. I said, just be prepared for that. Always know that you're smarter than women. You know what I'm saying? You have more intellect than women. So the only thing you have to respect a woman having knowledge in is something that she studied for a long time. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. Everything else, you're gonna have more knowledge than her. Now, look at your mom is a grown woman. You 10. You're already teaching her things. So never let a girl your age think she could tell you anything. Even if she's right, she ain't right. So just don't never let a girl your age tell you anything. You tell her. If she won't go along with what you say, then you don't worry about her. There's another girl your age somewhere else. And, you know, now we're at the point now where he just soak it up. You know what I'm saying? He soaked up so much game from me over the years that, you know, he just soaks it up now. But I keep it 100 with him. One thing, he ain't gonna never be as victimized out here by no broad because his alpha pops didn't teach him the game. He gonna know what alpha is. He gonna know who he is. He gonna know that he's the prize. He's gonna know that for sure. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line, bro. That's the only way it's gonna be. I ain't dealing with nothing else, man. So, you know, another thing is this, man. So, you know, when you think about the qualifying factors of being dateable, like, let me tell you something. If you're 5'7" and women are holding that against you in the dating game, man, fuck dating game. You ain't get, man, listen, bro, that is not the only way to meet women. I'm telling you, you have strong suits. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a secret, man, about women, man, that these boys ain't gonna tell you. And it's the reality of it, man. You know what I'm saying? This is some game. I should put this shit in a book. I shouldn't even say this. See, when you allow yourself to be victimized by one thing that a woman can say you lack, which in all actuality is not even something you lack. If you 5'7", bitch say you lack height. Compared to who? Compared to her at 5'3"? Ain't no chick that's shorter than me finna demand no height requirements of me. If a chick is taller than me, I don't want her no way. I'm not finna date no chick 6'3", man. It don't matter what she look like. I ain't never seen an attractive tall woman in my life, ever. So, this is the thing you have to remember, man. There's one thing that you're the done at. There's one thing you're the done at. The homie Chris Jones, perfect example, 5'7". The homie Steph Clinkscale, shit, probably about 5'7", 5'9" himself. Probably somewhere around Chris Jones' height. Both of them, man, work on their bodies. You know what I'm saying? They're bodybuilders. In that arena, they're kings in that arena. They know their shit in that arena. You understand what I'm saying? That's their arena. Me, mind control is my arena. You know what I'm saying? Alpha energy, energy control, mind control. That is my arena. So me, whereas, you know, and of course, you know, my physique go pretty hard, but I ain't a bodybuilder, man. I'm just Bobby Staline. You understand what I'm saying? So I sit, man, and I say, you know what? If I sit down and have a conversation with a chick, I'm in her head. Easy. Easy. I don't even have to be thinking of no way to get into it. Just when I have a conversation with her, bam, I'm in her head. She's engulfed in my energy. You understand? My energy permeates the environment and engulfs her. Every time she takes in a breath, she's breathing in my energy. Every time she exhales, she's breathing out energy. That's the opposite of mine. So before you know it, after being in my presence for a very little time, she's filled with my energy. Not because I forced it on her. Not by force, but because I made sure that my energy was the only oxygen in the environment. So whenever she's around me, she breathes my energy. And it makes her high. She's high. Natural high. Most women don't even know what the hell a natural high is. They have no idea what a natural high is. They've never accomplished a natural high. So you may be a man who is let's look at the Marcus Brownlee, the tech cat. Marcus Brownlee, man, read thin, man. I mean, pretty square. But when it comes to that tech shit, he's a king. I subscribe to him. Click the bell too. I get a lot of tech information from him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of tech information. I listen to him. Because in that arena, he's a king. And there are beautiful women in every arena. In everything that you're good at. Enhance that shit. All of your best qualities. There are beautiful women in every arena that you can find yourself in when you enhance your best quality. So if you enhance yourself all around and build yourself in the best version of yourself, you're going to enhance your best quality. And once you enhance your best quality, go to where those women who flock to that quality are. And watch how much you get chosen on. If you square, don't go to the hood. Hood chicks ain't going to choose on you. They're going to try to set you up. If you hood, contrary to what you see on some TV show or what chicks read in some romance novel or something, there is no place in a completely corporate environment for some cat who come in with his pants sagging off his ass, man, with some braids in his hair look like they need to be done over, man, and he come in there smelling like weed. That is not your environment. That's just the bottom line. Try it if you want. That's not. Now, you can be from the hood, man, and come in G'd up, tatted up, with your draped up with your jewelry on, but you got to come in, you got to play the part of everybody else, and that's suited and booted. You got to come in suited and booted. But what I am saying is, whatever your strong suit is, you go to that environment, you ain't got to date. What you got to do, you got to carry your stick so you can beat the women out for you. And that's game. Jesus Perez is in the building. What's good, bro? Ronald James, what up, homie? Like the homie SJ3 said, man, be selective. Be selective. So, the next thing is this, man. Another thing that dating represents, it represents that men have very low for female inclusion in the dating pool. Like, there are certain women who should have a hard time dating. But no woman has a hard time dating. You mean tell me there are no women out here who should have a hard time finding a man to be? It ain't even about the money. It's about being out in public with her. And it's never a very unattractive dude out with a very unattractive chick. It's a fairly attractive dude who could do better than the very unattractive chick. No chick is excluded from the dating game. But many men are excluded from the dating game. You don't hear nobody telling chicks, ain't no dating coaches telling chicks, hey, you got to get yourself together if you want to attract a man. If you want men to date you, then you got to get yourself together. All they get is the rules on how to treat men in the dating game. All they get is how to keep dominating the dating game, how to run men in the dating game, how to maneuver through their stable of men in the dating game. No woman anywhere is being told that she need to improve herself if she want to date, because she is already dating. She is already having many options. And even if her options aren't the best men, the fact that she's got 5 options of any kind, when a man who is 3 levels above her is struggling to date someone. You see what we're talking about here? We're talking about a situation where men are so afraid of not having women that they don't exclude any women. So just when they're in a quote unquote dry spell, when you're in a dry spell, that means sit your head down somewhere and stop thinking with your wee-wee. That's what a dry spell means. A dry spell means that your body is telling you, hey man, let's sit down for a minute and let's regroup ourselves, think with your brain and not with your wee-wee. NYC Evolved 88 is in the building. Shalom, brother. Good to see you in the building, bro. I appreciate you being in the building, man. The home of age spread is because of hypergamy. Women exclude the majority of men for the top 20%, give or take. Um, yeah, I do believe that that has a lot to do with it. That has a lot to do with it. But I'll tell you this, it's because of hypergamy, but it's because the top 20% of men don't have any standards. The top 20%, if 80% of women, if the top 80% of women are reserved for the top 20% of men, the top 20% of men should only be dealing with the top 20 or 30% of women. That means the other 50% of women should be somewhere else doing something else. The other 50% of the top 80% of women should be available to the rest of the men. So it goes back to what I'm saying here. Men have very low, if any, standards for female inclusion in the dating pool. The top 20% of men will go through that whole 80% of women because they have no standards. Of course, they could get some of the better women, they get some of the best women, but they also settle for some of the worst in that pool. And what I am saying is, at some level, men must start to have standards. I feel like if you can get 9.4s, you should never be with a 7. You should never be with a 7 if you can get 9.4s. Because I promise you, any woman who can get, and just for the sake of the argument, I'll do the rankings on men. Any woman who can get a 9.4, man, is not going to ever settle for a 7. A 7 has no chance with a woman who regularly gets 9.4s. With men who get 9.4s regularly, a 6 has a chance. A 5 has a chance. And behind closed doors where nobody knows, even a 3 has a chance. He'll just blame it on the liquor. He'll blame it on he'll blame it on alcohol, man. RJ Bex is in the building. Forte 7 is in the building. So yeah, I mean, it's been a few generations, man. It's been a few generations with beta clothes. I think this thing started to change, man, around the I say around the late 70s, early 80s, man. I think by the time the 90s came around, it was the change was in full swing by that point. And for ever since 2000, ever since the turn of the ever since the millennium, ever since the turn of the millennium, it it has been in full swing. Like it was already in full swing of the year 2000. Like what we're experiencing now was already going full speed ahead in 2000. So it's been this way for quite some time now. It's been on this path it's been strong like this for at least a decade, at least a couple of decades. So, and the thing still is, it all began with men. See, this is the thing, man. As men, we have to stop allowing ourselves to believe that men are not responsible for everything that takes place. It is a decision that men make. If the upper level of men had always kept their standards, I'll tell you a story, man. The D boys, the D boys, back in the day, man, when hustling was good. Back in the day when you can get 36 O's out of brick. When you got 36 O's out of brick and you complain when you didn't get 36 O's out of brick. Where you could step on a brick and like some good. You know what I'm saying? If you could get a hold, man, to some with some decent purity, you could step on a brick, man, and get 45, 46 O's out of it. Well, I'm talking about back during those days when hustling was good. The D-boys had access to all the prettiest girls. All the prettiest girls. You understand what I'm saying? That's why we all wanted to be D-boys, because we saw that they had access to all the prettiest girls and they had plenty of money. So we all came out right behind them. And as a former, as a member of my former life, I'll say that it is a hell of a thing to have access to all of the beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? It's a hell of a drug. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. It's a hell of a drug. But I also know that there's a woman who is not one of the most beautiful women. She may be a butterface, but she got a bad banging body. As a man who has access to beautiful women with gorgeous faces and bad bodies, the chick with the butterface and the bad body should have been off limits. But guess what? She wasn't. All of us at some point had a chick with the most throw body you ever, the flawless body, and her face, even on her best day, her face was a maybe a 6.5. You understand? We all had a little chick like that tucked off to the side somewhere just because her body was so amazing and she knew that her face was not really, all there like that. So, she was fun to be with, you know what I'm saying? She was subservient and, she was hoping that, that a brother was there for the long term. But it started then. Those women should have been off limits. Those women should have been left for the dudes who wasn't getting money like that and didn't have sex to the upper level. So I'm telling you from experience, when we're at the upper echelon where we have access to all the most beautiful women around, we still go down the tier a little bit. But the women who had access to all of us, the top tier women who we had access to or who had access to us, the top tier women who had access to us, there are a certain level of men who didn't even stand a snowball chance in hell with them. You understand? There was a certain level of men who didn't stand a snowball chance in hell with them. Now, if we had played by those same rules, this shit would be different. But we didn't. We perpetuated this energy where men will pretty much knock anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that men will pretty much knock anything is a truth. That is a truth. Anytime you hear a woman say that, she ain't lying. The majority of men will pretty much knock down anything. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's human and female, the majority of men are knocked down anything. And that's the reality of it. Right situation, right time, right circumstances, a man will knock down something that he would not normally knock down. And that's the bottom line, man. You understand? And that's the truth of the matter. Aunt James, what up, homie? Exclusively done entertainment. What's good, bro? I see you in the building. It's the homie King George III, KG3. Appreciate the super chat. Homie said one of the things that changed for me was holding my virginity because I could. I held till I was 21. My mind was fully polished when I let go. That's top notch, bro. I was in the hood, man. I was knocking down chicks when I was 9. So I ain't bragging about it. You know what I'm saying? If I could go back and, if I could go back, then I wouldn't have. But, I was, man. So Jose Navarro, what's good, brother? Good to see you in the building, man. So, Walter Robertson, what's good, bro? Good to see you in the building. So another thing, man, is so when you think about that, the fact that the upper level men don't have standards, you know what I'm saying, that even get anywhere close to the upper level women. The upper level top tier women, if you ain't got all your shit together, you are she is never gonna come that far down the tier. She's just not gonna do it. Because she feels like she's the prize. The bottom line is even the men who should feel like they're the prize don't feel like they're the prize. And it's the thing. It's not because they're not the prize. It's because when you get into the dating game, you have to block out of your mind that you're the prize because the dating game is centered around women being the prize. So even if you should be the prize, you can't wrap your mind around that because you have to keep an open mind in the dating game. That is why it's so easy for men who should be at the top tier and only dealing with the top tier women to go all the way down the scale. Like a man who getting 9.4s will go from 5 to 9.4 regularly. Like that whole scale between 5 and 9.4, he'll go through that whole scale. Throughout the course of a year, he'll go through that whole scale. So if he got 4 women, one of those women is a 5. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. Now of course you have these dudes who say, well, everything I knock down is a dime. I ain't knock it down then, but man, you got one dime and she your girlfriend, nigga. Stop lying to us. Yeah, you talking about? Because the thing is, it ain't like there's dimes everywhere. They call them dimes. We'll just use dimes for the term. I call them 9.4s. So, no, we'll use my term. Damn that. You got one 9.4 and she your girlfriend. And every 9.4 you ever had was your girlfriend. Because when you get a 9.4 and she got her head on right where she's willing to follow you, you always make her your main chick. Everybody does. Even myself. 9.4 with her head on right becomes your main chick. You understand what I'm saying? Now, and I'm talking about me in my past now. I'm not talking about me now. But 9.4 with her head on right, willing to follow, becomes your girl. Period. She's your main chick. She's your bottom chick. That's just the way it is. For everybody. No man kicks a polished, obedient 9.4 to the curb. No man does. You can't do it. It's not in you to do it. So when dudes be talking about, yeah, man, you dating, all I date is dimes. You lying, homie. It ain't that many dimes in your area. If 5 men in your area saying all they date is dimes and all of y'all got 4 or 5 women, y'all lying. It ain't 20 bad chicks in your area like that. I'm talking about bad, man. Not just physically, mentally and emotionally as well. Physically, there's a bunch of dimes physically. There's a bunch of bad chicks. There's a bunch of physical 9.4. She raw physically. You get into her head and realize, man, she's stuck on stupid. And the majority of them don't have the mindset to match their physical attractiveness. That's what I'm saying when I say the 9.4. Hey, Supreme, I appreciate the super chat, bro. Appreciate it. And social media is a great part of that, man. I saw you said that, man. Social media is one of the most damning aspects of this whole dating thing, man. Like, social media is crazy, man. So, and the bottom line is this, man. You go into this situation, man, and Dark Side John, what's good, bro? Good to see you in the building. John on deck with us. Sneaker Huncho. Bronx Dunn, my homie from the BX is in the building. What up, Pimp? So when you think about it, man, and another thing is this, man. Since females do have the value in the dating market, you must be a delusional, low-value male to willingly comply to the rules of the dating game. Like, you already know females have the value. How in the hell can you enter something that has the facts skewed that way? If you're the prize, how can you play a game that says you're not the prize? You have to be delusional. You have to convince yourself, well, hell, maybe I'm not the prize. Maybe she is the prize. Damn. I've been fooling myself all of this time, telling myself I'm the prize. This woman is the prize. Silly me. Let me go and join in her stable of super betas. That has to be your mindset. Because you can't knowingly and willingly include yourself in a scenario that tells you that everything you thought you were, you're not that. The woman is that instead. I can't do it, bro. It ain't in me to do. It ain't in me to do, man. Ain't no way. When I think about it, when I say, okay, this game is predicated on women being the prize. But every day I look at myself in the mirror and say, man, you're a bad motherfucker. You're the prize, homie. But then every day, every weekend, I go out and play in a game that makes a woman the prize. I don't even know how to approach a game that makes a woman the prize. I don't know how to look at women like the prize, man. I don't even know how to do that. I'm too pompous. I'm too much of an asshole to do that. I am way too much of an asshole to go into a scenario that tells me I got to prioritize women and make her the prize. I can't do it. I'm too ready to point her flaws out. You know what I'm saying? And even if I don't point them out to her verbally, I make a list of them in my mind. And if she gets too cocky, if she starts to talking like she thinks she's all that, hell yeah, man, I'm going to verbally tell her about her flaws. I mean, I wish a woman would sit in front of me and tell me, well, I'm just, physically, I think I'm one of the most beautiful women around. Shout out, now I already picked out 3 flaws on you. You understand what I'm saying? Your 2 front teeth ain't really that straight. That ain't flawless. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they straight enough. They don't look crazy. They don't like they lapped over. But it look like you you're a candy apple away, man, from the motherfuckers folding over like you throwing up gang signs. You understand? I tell her in the mirror, I say, you don't know, you're a little slew-footed. You know what I'm saying? Your feet's supposed to be straight out in front of you. Your shit pointing out like Snoop with some chucks on a Harley Davidson. You know what I'm saying? I point out, listen, I don't do it just to be doing it. She has to come off on me, man. Talk. No woman is going to sit around me and talk about how good she look physically. I'm not going to have that because I don't believe you flawless. No woman is going to talk to me like she's physically flawless. I'm going to break that down quickly. And that's the only thing she going to come at you like she flawless in. Because intellectually, just by us having a conversation, she gonna know there's no need for her to even think that she's, intellectually perfect or intellectually superior, intellectually any of that. Because I'm gonna be running circles around her intellectually. So, I just believe, man, that these are the type of things you have to be willing to do, man. And so me in the dating pool doesn't work. It doesn't work. But I also know how to keep myself in environments where my strengths are prized, where my strengths are sought after. You understand what I'm saying? And that's my environment. And I feel like every man should just, frequent the environment where his strengths are sought after. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you may see me at an art gallery, but you'll see me at an art gallery by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because in those environments, man, my strengths are prioritized. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I know who this artist is, the fact that I know some of this artist's other work, the fact that I know the year that this piece was painted. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I know where the original of this piece is kept. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I know these things, the fact that I know, where this artist was buried. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a conversation, man, with a very attractive woman at an art gallery, man, and I'm telling her these things, and she's looking at me like, wait a minute. In her mind, she's saying, how do you know this? Cool, laid back Mr. Black Guy. How do you know this? And I noticed that your pecs look very good in your sweater as well. Now, how does this charming, bearded, great beard, I might add, soft, sultry, bearded black guy with the amazing physique and the sweater and the very, very nice gator skin shoes. How does this man know these things? Oh, and look at that smile. Are those dimples I see? How does this man know this? Wait a minute. I think I need to go to the bathroom and dry myself. You see what I'm saying? If you're in your environment that you need to be in, then you don't have to worry about being in the dating pool, man. That's the reality of it. And that's a good point, Ace. I've met women who were I've never met a woman who was academically smarter than me. I met a woman who had more experience and more knowledge in one area. See what I'm saying? You gotta think about what education is. Secondary education is simply you being educated in one field. So if she has a PhD in psychology, that is the one field that particular field of study, she can swim circles around me in that particular field of study. But I guarantee you there's some things I know about that field of study that are gonna blow her mind. That she feels like only someone who has a master's level education in that field, because I'm such a reader that I know that I've read something that's at least on a master's level in psychology. I know for a fact I have. So if that's her major, I know for a fact I've read something that's at least on a master's level in medicine. You understand? I know that I've learned something that's at least on a master's level in pharmacology, because I'm such an avid reader and I read about things that affect my people in this society. So when I read about things like hypertension, you could find the most educated medical student in the world, medical graduate in the world, and I guarantee you, medical doctor in the world, and I guarantee you we can sit down and have an intellectual discussion about hypertension, about type 1 and type 2 diabetes. And I'm going to be able to discuss that with her as if I'm one of her colleagues from college. You see what I'm saying? So in that one field, she knows a lot in that one field. A lot. But when we get to talking about anything else, you know what I'm saying? Hell, man, she don't even know how trees grow. She don't know how you age trees. She don't know how they tell the age of trees. You know what I'm saying? She can't tell you if birds are mammals or reptiles. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things I'm talking about. So, yeah, I agree with you, man. Like in certain aspects or certain fields, yeah, man, there's a certain field that an educated woman can swim circles around you in. But everything else, man, she's very intellectually inferior. Yeah. And that's another. Now, a chick who reads a lot of books, she's more likely to be well-rounded on an educated level like that. She reads a lot of books, she's liable to be able to, you know what I'm saying? You got to be on your P's and Q's intellectually with a chick who just reads a lot, randomly reads. Like, because she knows a lot about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with you, man. Ain't nothing wrong with a bookworm chick, man, with a fat booty. Bookworm with a fat booty, man, who wear hair in a ponytail and wear glasses all the time, man. Every time you see her in the wintertime, man, she got on a sweater. She got a sweater with some jeans, some boots on, man. Man, you get out of her clothes, man, let her hair down, man. You be like, damn, what a bookworm chick at? So, appreciate China White here, man, working them links, man, folding them links up, man. Y'all look at those links, man. You know what I'm saying? Hit those things up, man. Right there, man. China White, man, is advertising the Book of Alpha Running Volume 1, The Truth of the Alpha. Regular price $15.99, man. There's a sale right now for $12.99 on the Book of Alpha Running Me, Volume 1, The Truth of the Alpha. You know what I'm saying? My very first audiobook, and it is top notch, homies. Yoga. My homie from the A is in the building. What up, homie? Good to see you in the joint, man. I'm saying I'm Mr. In and Out, debater's girl career. No doubt, man. No doubt. I said in and out. So another thing is this, man. You have to understand this as well. The main thing about the dating pool, man, is jumping through hoops for female validation. It's beta as fuck. And that's what you do when you're dating. You're jumping through hoops for female validation. That's just what you're doing. You don't have to admit that's what you're doing, but that's what the hell you're doing. You're jumping through hoops for female validation, for her to consider you the one that's worthy enough for her time. You got to compete with other dudes to be worthy of her time. Walter Robinson, I appreciate the super chat, brother. Homie said, BoA, this young chick said she was the shit at the club. I said, only when I'm here. When I leave, you ain't shit anymore. Yo, that's top notch, Walt. That's top notch right there, man. Now, that's how you talk to a young chick, man, that's talking like she thinks she all that. That's how you talk to her, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not done with any malice or anything. It's just the truth of the matter. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, in the dating game, you can't speak truth. You can't be honest in the dating game because you don't want, if you're in the dating game, you don't want to lose the opportunity that you might have to be intimate with this woman. So you're not going to say anything to offend her. You're not going to say anything off-putting to her. You're going to keep it 100 with yourself in your mind, but you're not going to verbalize those things, which makes you not be really manly at that time. And you could tell yourself that, well, you have to do tact. Tact for what? Tact for a woman that you dating? You gotta be. Hold up. Let's look at this realistically. First of all, you got to jump through hoops to get her to give you the date in the first place. Many men do, not all men, but many men do. Secondly, you have to paint a picture of yourself as a worthy candidate to continue to have communication. And most importantly to these men, visitation rights. You have to have visitation rights. And so you have to prove yourself worthy of that by working on shit through the week to see if you can earn that coveted Friday, Saturday spot. If you don't earn that coveted Friday, Saturday spot, then your ass is very low in the rankings. You understand what I'm saying? But men don't know that. So they'll take a Monday spot, a Wednesday spot, a Thursday spot, a Sunday spot. Man, let me tell you something. Never, you know what? Let me write this down. I'm going to talk to you guys, man. You know what? If you're going to date, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell these boys, man, how to date, man. And this is one right here, man. These boys don't understand that if she doesn't give you a night that can turn into an all-nighter, she's not feeling you. But they don't know that. Anytime a woman only gives you a night that can't turn into an all-nighter, you understand? Monday, she got to get them to go to school or go to work or both. You know what I'm saying? She got to do both of those things on Monday. So Sunday is going to be an early night. Anytime during the week, it's going to be an early night. Anytime your time with a woman comes at like happy hour for drinks at happy hour and shit, yeah, you thinking that, well, it's cheaper. Nah, it ain't cheaper, homie. It's her putting you in a position that lets you know that you're playing the game, but you'll never win. And these are the simple things that I see men doing. It's the simple things I see men doing. When you can't set up the time that you see a woman, you are jumping through hoops. When you have to adjust your schedule for when she's available for you, you're jumping through hoops. If you change your things around and take a bad time just so you can spend time with her when you know you need to be doing something else, something better, you're jumping through hoops. If you call her, listen, even if you have to play the game, even if you have to, not call her for X amount of days or, you know what I'm saying, not return, man, I ain't got time for none of that, bro. I do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, I do everything in my power in my life, man, to not have rules governing every damn thing I do. Man, listen, rules don't govern how I work. My rules do. My rules govern how I work. I set my schedule the way I want to. I change my schedule when I want to. I don't change it regularly because I am my employee as well as my boss. So I make sure that I work hard for myself. I work as hard for myself as I would for a job. So I don't take unnecessary time off. You understand what I'm saying? I took time off the other day, man. My son had a doctor's appointment, man. I took time off. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. He had a checkup appointment, man. I took time off. But other than that, I don't take time off because I wouldn't do it if I was at somebody else's job. Do I not respect myself as my boss like I would respect somebody else as my boss? Of course I do. So when you are given these times, you have to make these adjustments, man. Not jumping through hoops, man. I'm not jumping through hoops. I got certain times in my week that's available, man. And if she can't get in on the old time, man, I ain't gonna never see her because I ain't never making no adjustments. That not do not for no chick. You see what I'm saying? Being alpha means that you prioritize yourself so high that there is no woman that you're going to be willing to jump through hoops for. There is no woman who could possibly be on a high enough level that I'm going to jump through hoops for her. It doesn't matter what her characteristics are. I can't think of any combination of qualities or characteristics, character traits that a woman can have that's going to make me, Mr. BoA, Dr. BoA, aka Book of Alpha Running, jump through hoops just to be around her. Think about this, man. You ain't jumping through hoops to get rich. You ain't jumping through hoops to get fit. You ain't jumping through hoops to make the career move that can be life changing. You ain't jumping through hoops to save your family or provide for your family in the event of your early demise. You're not jumping through hoops for any of that. You jumping through hoops to be around a chick, man. Let me say this again. You doing all this just to be around a chick, man. What kind of man has to do all of this just to be around a chick? And let me tell you the real key to this. Who wants to be around the type of chick that you got to do all this for? Let me tell you what dating represents in the mind of the female. Dating represents the mind of the female who doesn't have the highest esteem. She doesn't have the highest self-esteem. She needs these unfair rules and one-sided tools in order to give herself a fighter's chance, a puncher's chance, and being able to have men around her. She needs these rules of engagement that allow her to overlook her flaws and cause men to overlook her flaws as well. Because she knows outside of the dating pool, dealing with real men who are out here doing things in their lives and don't have time to be a part of some damn game, her ass don't stand a chance. She knows that no real man who values himself is going to settle for her. So the majority of these women in the dating pool don't even deserve to have a man, let alone have a stable of men. The same way as a man, before you take on the responsibility of having a relationship or having a family or any of that, you need to have yourself in a certain standing. That's the same thing for a woman. She needs to have herself in a certain standing before she's even worthy of having a man. And if what I saw on Tinder and POF, and there was another one, I can't remember what the other one was. Black People Meet. And I can't remember what the other one was, man. It was a pretty popular one, man. I can't remember what it was. I don't know how popular it is now, but it was a pretty popular one, man. I can't remember what it was, man. Match.com. That's what it was. Listen, if what I saw on those things when it comes to women's profiles is any indication on what's available out there, man, you got to be stone crazy to play in any game that gives power to those women that I saw on there. Man, some of the profiles in there, man, let me tell you the craziest thing. Anytime you're in a game where one of the prerequisites, one of the allowances for women is to say that I'm not looking for sex. A woman who is not looking for sex should not be a dating option for any man. And I'm not even willing to play a game where she has the audacity, the unmitigated gall, the intestinal fortitude to say something so callous. I'm not looking. If you're looking for sex, you might as well keep passing by me. Shout it. Look at you. If I am looking for sex, I'm going to keep passing by you. Anytime I saw a woman's profile that said that, well, if you're looking for sex, you might as well pass me on by. She is the type of woman where if I was looking for sex, she would not be an option. But the fact that she's in, and I guarantee you, man, that woman probably got, those women probably have, man, hundreds of men in the course of a week. At least 100 men in the course of a week in their inbox, liking their pics. Man, men don't swipe. Is it, how do you, left or right, whichever way you swipe to, get rid of, man, these dudes don't swipe. They check everybody out. Because they're in a game that tells you every woman deserves to be checked out. Every woman deserves to be looked at. Every woman deserves to be considered as a dating partner. Every woman is equal. No woman has any flaws that are great enough that you should hold them against her. You have to look past a woman's flaws, while all these bras magnifying the flaws of men. The dating game is a farce. It is technically and literally fool's gold. It is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, except your ass can't find the end of the rainbow, and when you do find it, there ain't a pot of gold at the end of it. And that's the reality of it. J Rock, what's good, bro? Coalition Zip Set Entertainment. What's up, bro? What's good, bro? It's all over my platform, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would suggest, man, you hit that link right there, man. Hit that link for Too Raw for YouTube. Or I say go to bookofafrorunningme.com, man, and just, hey, man, I think you should take a listen to the Book of Afro Running Me Volume 1, The Truth of the Alpha. And man, my channel is full of free content, brother. All you gotta do is listen to it and absorb it. You know what I'm saying? You know what, man? I'm gonna playlist my joints, man. There's one thing I haven't done that I see other people doing that I think will help people find what they're looking for, man. I'm gonna playlist my joints, man. I just don't really have time to do it, but I'm gonna make time to do it. I haven't had time to do it. I'm gonna make time to do it. And the last thing here, man. The last thing I want to talk about dating, the detriments of it, the toxic crusades is in the building. If you build yourself into the best possible version of yourself, the leanest, meanest, most paid, most spiritually sound, confident version of yourself, dating as currently constructed is beneath you. You should not be willing to sell yourself when you have worked so hard to improve yourself. You should not be willing to chase women down to give yourself to them without making them earn you when you have worked so hard to improve yourself. You should not be willing to put yourself out there like a piece of meat on a damn meat rack, or put yourself in the window like some damn clothes on a mannequin, and let women come by and give you approval and validate you, let you know if you're good enough. If you're a man, you put that type of work in yourself, you're not good enough. You're too damn good for something as demeaning, feminine driven, feminism backed, and masculinity draining as the dating game. There's nothing masculine about dating. Not for men. All the masculinity in dating is what the women in the dating game enjoy. They are the gatekeepers. They are the rule makers. They are the rule takers. They are the resource takers. They are all of these things. They have the power in the dating game. And as a man, to willingly put yourself in any position to be treated as less than a man, as less than the man, by women, it's not only beta, but it's illogical. And the only thing different between an illogical man and a woman is one has a penis and the other has a vagina. There is no reason for any man to be willing to be in the dating game. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you say. If that is what your mission is, then you do not consider yourself a prize. You consider yourself the winner of a prize. And that's the reality of it. So, that's Jimmy's life story, man. What up with you, bro? Yeah, man. Coalition Zip Set, man. You got to be trying to exit that situation, bro. Let me address what Coalition Zip Set is saying, man. He's saying he ODing on all my content, but he's dealing with the nemesis, and she got him ready to flip out, and he's just trying to ignore it. You know, brother, this is the thing. Ignoring it only works for so long. You got to do everything in your power to get out of that situation. You got to do everything in your power to get out of that situation. See, this is the thing men don't understand, man. When you're in that situation, I understand it's hard to get out of it because you allowed yourself to invest so much time and energy into it and probably got some financial resources invested in it and some things that you need in your life or you think you need in your life, or at least things that make your life more comfortable invested in the situation. But you just got to say, man, you know what, man? I was stupid to put myself in this situation. I was dumb, and I got to get my ass out of it. I just got to take this loss. Take the loss, man. You're young. Even if you weren't young, when you're young, you got all the time left in the world in your life, man. You got to get the hell out of that situation, bro. If it's making you feel like that, you're not going to be able to ignore it. You're a man, homie. There's only so much that a man is going to be able to ignore before he flips out. So what you have to do, man, let me tell you something. I don't care if you got to go back home and live with your mama. Man, you hit your mama up, say, mama, I done fucked up. You know what I'm saying? The bitch is killing me over here. Now, I'm going to do something to her. If I don't get out of here, I got to make a change. So, I don't know how it's going to affect me financially, but I'm going to do everything in my power, to help you with your bills. I'm going to do that. But I got to get the hell away from over here. You understand? This bitch is the devil. She is the devil. She's working for Satan himself. You know what I'm saying? I could have sworn when she pulled her hair back in the ponytail, she had horns on her head. And if your mom ain't available to you, call your grandmama. If your grandma ain't available, call your brother, call your sister, call your uncle, call somebody. But you got to get out of that situation, man, because it ain't going to get better. It's going to get worse. And this is what you run the risk of. See, right now you're thinking, man, you're about to flip out. But there's another side to this that you have to consider. You might flip out, or you might just become more docile. You might make adjustments to yourself in order to go along to get along. And that's the side of it that we as men don't understand. You could possibly wake up one day and realize, man, it's been 5 years and you still with the chick. And she ain't changed. You changed. And when you change and fit into a situation like that, you can only change into the worst. You can only change for the worst. You can only become beta. You can only shun your alpha energy. You can only be what she wants you to be. And see, let me tell you something about being alpha. Alpha ain't what a woman wants you to be. A woman ain't flocking to your alpha energy because she wants you to be alpha. She flocking to your alpha energy because she can't help that shit. Ain't nothing she could do about it. She gonna flock to the alpha energy regardless. That's what the alpha energy does. She gonna flock. She can't help it. But it's not because she wants you to be. She would prefer you to be beta. So you got to get out of this situation, bro. You got to bounce, man. You got to do everything in your power to get the hell out of it. Doc Johnson, what's good, bro? South Central is in the building. The homie from South Central Cali is in the building. What up, homie? Sky Weeze is in the building. What up, man? So the bottom line is, man, You just have to, you gotta get out of this situation, because this is the thing, bro. You don't want to end up in prison, man. Like I just did a story the other day, man, on this dude who found out his wife, man. He found a sex tape of his wife with his best friend, man, and he went, man, and shot her and her parents. You know what I'm saying? Now that dude finna do some time, man, for attempted murder. He finna get three. He got 3 counts of attempted murder and child, and I think he got 2 children and 2 counts of child abuse. That boy finna do some time. You know what I'm saying? He finna do some time. He finna get him at least about 15. They go drop it down, man. He a white dude, man. Crime of passion, man. He ain't gonna get no whole bunch of time. He ain't gonna get time that my black ass would get if I did it. So this is the thing you have to understand, man. When you in a situation like that, bro, you got to get out of it, man. So that's it, man. It's crazy out here. So I say, man, when you're in a situation like that, man, ain't nothing you can do. No man deserves to stay in a situation that's driving him crazy, man. Every man deserves to be free. If you're a free man out here, don't live in a prison. They got a bunk for your rump in a real prison, man. Every time you ain't got to be in the wrong. So don't put yourself willingly in a prison in your life, man. I don't give a damn what you got to lose, man. I don't give a damn you got to lose everything. What your ass gonna gain is peace of mind, and peace of mind is priceless. You know what I'm saying? You gain peace of mind, man. It don't matter what you lose, because when you got peace of mind, whatever you lost don't even seem like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Peace of mind is an aphrodisiac, man. That shit puts you on a level, man, you don't even know you on, man. That shit it's better than blowing trees, man. It's like you blew some of the best strands in the world, man. Every day. And peace of mind had you on that natural high, man. Sneaker Huncho said, I just broke up with mine. It's easy. Think about yourself. That's it, man. Think about yourself. That might be a possibility, City. He must live with her. But even that, man, that's even more of an exit. If you live with her, shit, man. But it's another thing, man. And if you live with a chick, man, and a lot of times, man, it's a financial reason that a man live with a woman, man, and a lot of times, man, you'll put yourself in a situation, man, where she starts to behave in these type of manners, man, where you feel like you're being oppressed and shit. Damn, Yasha Ben Israel say he was involved in some crap like that. He beat 2 assaults with a deadly weapon and 1 count of home invasion over the nemesis. Caught the wife cheating with a friend. Damn. That's rough right there, bro. I'm glad you dodged that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ronald James said, man, you never see a Rolls Royce or a Bentley advertised on TV. Yet if you want one of those rides, your game better be on stay ready mode. Bless up, no doubt, bro. No doubt. No doubt. You know what, man? This what's desired don't need to be advertised, man. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? What's desired doesn't need to be advertised. And that's the reality of it, man. So, we all want to live our best lives. And no doubt, Walt, she'll power up on you, real talk. She'll straight up power up on you. And I tell you, man, like, I remember, man, like when I was 17, man, when I first moved out on my own. That's another story right there, man, moving out on my own at 17, another story. But first chick I dealt with, man, she was all right, man. She was probably 7.5, man. She cleaned up. She was 7.5. She cleaned up to a 7.6. You know what I'm saying? Her best was her best. You know what I'm saying? She gave her best, but I guess her best wasn't good enough. Cause dressed up she looked just like she did before. So she gave her best, man, but she just went up to a 7.6. But man, I used to be at her crib, man. And she'd be stroking my wood, man, while she was on the phone talking to her boyfriend who's in prison, man. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was crazy, man. At that point, man, even then, man, I was like, damn, this man, she cutthroat. But then at the same time, I was like, man, this is why I tell dudes, man, she wasn't really cutthroat. Back then, I said, man, she pretty cutthroat. But she wasn't cutthroat. That's just the nature of a woman. If you're not around to provide what she needs, she's going to get it from someone else. Every man has to understand that. If you're not around to provide what your woman needs and she's used to you providing for, if you're gone for an extended period of time, she's going to find that thing somewhere else. There's nothing you can do about it. That's just the way her nature is. And a lot of times you ain't got to be gone for a long time. Your ass can be present in the house with her. And if you're not giving her something that you were giving her or something she feel like she need, she'll get it from somewhere else. And that's the reality of it. I ain't making this up. This ain't no lie, I'm telling you. You men know this. We all know this. And it's very simple. That's why I say, man, all of the energy that you man, listen, it is never going to work out for you, man, if a woman don't choose you. If a woman chooses you, then even if she chooses you, man, she ain't going to be perfect. She's still going to do dumb things. She's still going to say dumb things. She's still going to say some things and do some things that make you wonder if she's even human. Because these things are going to be so stupid. But if she chooses on you, you at least know that the woman likes you for you. That's all you know. That's the only difference between a woman choosing on you and you cold approaching a woman. If a woman chooses on you, you know she likes you for you. And I heard a homie say, man, you know, if a woman chooses on you, you know, she chooses on you because you're a chump, blah blah blah. Man, chumps don't get chosen on. That's just the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Chumps don't get chosen on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, first of all, you got to know the different quality levels of women. Like, if you get chosen on by a scallywag, of course, she might have some ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, man, we talking about a woman who has a higher quality, man, then no, man. Like, a certain level of woman is not going to choose on a scallywag. I mean, a certain level of woman is not going to choose on you because you got money. You know what I'm saying? Because men who have money, men who give women money, don't wait to be chosen on. They approach women. Men who pay women, tricks approach women. Tricks don't wait to get chosen on. So the game plays itself out and works itself out so everything flows smoothly. Dudes who trick off on women do not care about being approached. They see a woman, they approach her because they know they're willing to pay whatever it costs. You see what I'm saying? They pay, in their mind, they pay the cost to be the boss. Now, am I saying 100% of the time this happens? No, I'm not saying 100% of the time, but I'm saying the majority of the time, man, listen, I've never been chosen on by a woman for any other reason other than when she saw me, her panties got wet. That's the only reason I've ever been chosen on by a woman, ever. I've never been chosen on for any other reason. You know what I'm saying? That was never, and if I have, by the time we had a conversation, man, you know, she was off that shit. She was like, damn, this nigga fly, and he blowing my wig back with conversation. I'm just assuming that's what it was, because if it was supposed to be for financial reasons, it never panned out that way. You know what I'm saying? I never had a chick that came and tried to use me for resources or nothing like that. But if you approach a woman, you almost got to go in offering what you can do for her. And I'm really just speaking from my experience. You know what I'm saying? If your experience has been you got chosen on by women, man, who were looking to try to get something out of you, then hey, man, I'm just speaking on my own experience. That's all I'm saying. Javon Fields, what's good, bro? Javon Fields say, how do I be a man being raised in a household of women? Man, you got to find somebody you got to find some mentors, bro. You know what I'm saying? A great place to start is Book of Alpharonomy, man. Go devour my content, bro. Devour my content. These are the principles of manhood. You know what I'm saying? The principles of manhood that include the spiritual aspect, the physical aspect, the mental aspect, the emotional aspect, all of these things. You know what I'm saying? If you were raised in a household of women, then you weren't taught how to be a man. You have to figure that out from men who were taught how to be men. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the bottom line. We all need to be taught to be a man. No, none of us are gonna just grow, left to our own devices, is gonna grow into being a man. Because I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, being a man standing on manhood principles, standing on alpha principles, is difficult. We're in a world where you don't get to enjoy the joys of the quote unquote joys of the world as much if you stand on alpha principle. There's a lot of things that you're not going to be able to have fun doing, or what's perceived as fun doing, if you stand on alpha principle. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, you have to find men who have realized and decided that being a man is more important and more enjoyable than all of those, beta male, simp, mangina, feminist activities that the majority of men engage in this society. Smarty Smart, what's good, bro? I appreciate you being in here, man. What up? Hey, I appreciate that, man. Homie said been looking at my channel since O'Shea, man. I appreciate it. Monsoon Armstrong, what up, Soon? I see you in the building, bro. Jason Bonner, homie said, what does she live with you? And to put her out is putting your kids out, knowing the society will allow her to take the kids. Man, let me tell you something, bro. That's a good question, man. Jason Bonner asks, what does she live with you? And to put her out is putting your kids out, knowing the society will allow her to take the kids. Man, let me tell you what you do. If you want your kids, you, first of all, talk to a lawyer and see what order you need to do this in. You put her ass out and you file for custody. Or you file for custody, then put her ass out the next day. You go file for sole custody. Or if you want to be fair, joint custody. Either way, go file for custody, man, and then put out if you want out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to just put out and put your kids out, man. You can go file for custody, and if you put out and she ain't got nowhere to go, or nowhere that's, that's reasonable to go, nowhere that's safe to go, nowhere that's better than what you have to go, then, hey, man, your chances of winning are good. But go talk to a lawyer about that, man, and see if that's what you need, if that can be done, if they advise you to do that, man. That's what I'd do. Nah, man, honestly, bro, you're not even legal yet. You know what I'm saying? You're 19, and you ain't gonna like this when I say it. Ain't gonna make you feel good. But in the United States, man, you're still a child, bro. You're still considered a minor. You're underage, bro. There's certain things you can't do. I mean, you may be able to, say that you want to have sex with someone. The legal age of consent is higher, is lower than 19. But for real, bro, man, you still young, bro. You're not even a grown man yet. If you start focusing now, you could pick up so much fucking manhood energy, man, and manhood knowledge by the time you're 21 that it'll be damn near like you never missed a beat. You know what I'm saying? You can make up a lot of ground by the time you're 21, bro. A lot of ground. And and another thing about being raised in the household of women, man, you just have to just look at the feminine things they do. You have to make sure that, and this is the thing you have to realize. If anything that you're doing is approved of by women, it's probably feminine as fuck. I say this again. If anything that you're doing is approved of by the majority of the women or by all of the women around you, it's probably feminine. And you probably shouldn't do it. Because women don't approve of masculinity in an environment where they feel like they control the environment. Women never approve of masculinity, they accept masculinity because they know if masculine energy is in the environment, there's nothing they can do but accept it. Feminine energy will not confront real masculine energy. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen chicks who were hood become docile as hell, change everything about themselves in order to be with a man who wasn't hood. You understand what I'm saying? Because his energy was masculine and his idea of what shit was going to be is what she had to accept or be the hell gone. Mars Skydiver is in the building. T. Williams, what up, bro? Spirit of Yasuki 008, what about a 25-year-old? It's never too late, bro. It's never too late. It's never too late to improve yourself. I want every man in here to understand one thing. If you wake up one day and you 50 years old and you don't feel like you're the man you're supposed to be, all it takes is you to start improving yourself that very day. It's never too late to improve yourself. You're never going to listen. No, the greatest man alive didn't become the greatest man alive overnight. It's going to take time, even if you start from 10 years old. It's going to take time. My son is 10 years old. I give him a lot of information, But the majority of it doesn't even apply to his life yet. It's just information he's storing up for when he gets to that point. So it's not like all the information you soak up right now. If you take 2 years and soak up all of the information and all of the knowledge about masculinity and manhood and what you should and shouldn't do and how you should and shouldn't feel and what you should and should accept and how you should value yourself and undervalue other things around you, you're not going to need to use all of that shit within the 2 years that you're learning it. But immediately you're going to start improving your life. Once you start learning it and applying it to your life, you're automatically going to start improving your life. So it don't matter what age you are. You start improving your life the day you wake up and realize that it needs to be improved. Drake is in the building. What up, Drake? And that's just the reality of it, man. So, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. It's been real in the joint, man. It's, real super chat, man. I appreciate all the super chats, man. I appreciate all the talk in the chat, man. All the banter, all of the back and forth, all the information sharing, man. That's what we do in the alpha sphere. We share information because every man needs to understand he is not an island. Like, we all can benefit from the presence and information of each other. Even if I know something and it has slipped my mind, that is still providing information. That is still providing value to the equation. And this is another thing about it, man. This is another thing you have to understand. When it comes to children being involved, you got to understand the little bit of time that you're going to be separated from your children is not going to affect them in a negative manner. It's not like you're going away for good. In some situations, man, it's logical for a man to go away for good. I've seen those situations. We're not going to discuss them here, but I've seen those situations where a man just had to get the hell on and never look back. I've seen those situations. Provide financial support and never look back. I've seen those situations. You can say there's no reason a man should do that. Bullshit. You mean tell me a man should go ahead and kill himself instead of getting the hell away as far as he can? I beg to differ. So, but you have to understand this. The little time that you're going to be from your children is not going to affect you. It's not going to affect them as much as it's going to affect you. So what you got to do is get out your feelings. You got to get out of your emotions for a minute and think with your logical head. You got to think with your brain and not with your heart. And do what's best to be done for the scenario right now. See, we got to start viewing life from long-term perspectives. What I do right now may not seem like the best thing for right now. But as long as it's the best thing long term, anytime you could do something to affect the future in a positive manner, even if it don't seem like the best thing to do right now, do that. Because trust me, everything you could do to affect your future, you want to do it. That's the only way to control your future, have any idea what the future is going to look like, is to do everything in your power right now to affect that future in a positive manner. And that's the reality of it. SJ3, no doubt, brother. I appreciate that. China White, I appreciate you being in here working that wrench like you do. Shout out to putting in work for daddy like you're doing. So I always appreciated to see you in here grinding, working. Smart, no doubt, brother. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Ken Wood, no doubt, brother. I appreciate you working that wrench, man. My city, peace of mind for sure. Walter Robinson, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it. No doubt, SJ, 2019 is the takeover, man. Yeah, that's another thing, man. We got to learn how to own that shame language, man. I'm going to do a video on that, man. It won't be a live stream, but I'm going to do a video on that, man. Also, man, on Sunday sermon this week, man, I'm going to talk about Lilith, the so-called first wife of Adam. We're going to break down the myth of Lilith and all these superpowers and shit that she possessed by special request from the homie King George III on Patreon. We're gonna talk about that, man, on the Sunday sermon this week. So be looking for that, man. Lilith, Adam's first wife and the first succubus. Ramon Henderson, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it. No doubt, y'all. So we really got to get into that, man. We got to talk about that shaming language. It's crazy out here with the shaming language, man. And especially, you know what, brother? We are the highest quality of men available to women, man. Like we're the highest quality of men available to the world, and get more shaming language than anyone. Cocky, pompous. Oh, and their favorite, narcissist. I've been called narcissist by more men than women. Now tell me what kind of beta male simp mangina takes a word like narcissist and throws it at other men. Come on, man. They don't want to say alpha, so they say narcissist. They don't want to say alpha, so they say cocky, pompous, selfish, self-centered, asshole. They say all of those. But all of those things can be encompassed in one word: alpha. They don't want to give us our love, though, man. They don't want to do it for us, man. Lamar Hudnall, what's good, brother? Dre Raphael, no doubt, bro. No doubt. See you in the joint Sunday, man. I appreciate everybody, man, for supporting the growth of the channel, man. The channel is growing at an exponential rate right now, man. I appreciate that. Patreon is moving fairly well, man. If you haven't subscribed to Patreon, man, go ahead and do that, man. We're doing daily uploads on Patreon. To all my patrons, man, I'm going to shoot you 2 tomorrow, man. I know I didn't upload 1 yesterday, man, but like I said, man, my son had a doctor appointment yesterday, man. Then I got caught up with him. Whenever he has an appointment, man, we end up just hanging out, man. So, I had to do that, man. You know how that is. King George III, no doubt, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, this gonna stay up, Lamar Hut. Now I leave this one up, man. Nappy Assassin, peace, bro. J Rock says homeboy call him a narcissist. I know that cat ain't your homeboy no more, man. Like man, listen, man, you use a feminine term on me like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if a dude, man, you're an asshole, man. Then I'm like, man, yeah, right, man. I look at him different, man. But you call me a narcissist, man. I'm like, man, this dude, we ain't cool no more, man. Child of the Most High Glover. Shalom, brother. Shalom. No doubt, Hud. Now I'll get that paper, homie. Walter Robinson, shalom, bro. Good to see you in the joint, man. Appreciate you being in the joint. Spirit of Yasuki says it's crazy. It's like these people want black men to have low self-esteem and no standards. That's what they want, bro. That's what they want. They want us to have low self-esteem and no standards. Every other man can have self-esteem and standards except black man. They want us to have self-esteem and no standards. That's what they want us to have. Lower your standards and your self-esteem, and you'll find yourself in a wreck. You'll be a wreck, emotional wreck, spiritual wreck, physical wreck, all of that. Mr. Jackson, speaking from experience, you cannot allow a woman to weaponize your children against you. Yeah, no doubt, bro. I think I did a stream on that, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't. No, I didn't. I think I talked about it in a joint though. Like you can't. That's what happened. I did a stream on that. It's called when you lose how to handle losing your fatherhood rights or parental rights. One of them. But yeah, you can't let a woman weaponize children against you because you got to remember they're her children. In this society, they're her children, and that's one thing I want you to remember, Bonner. When you think about that, when you they're her children, you got to go and fight for custody of her children to make them your children. But in this society, they start off her children. I don't know, man. I don't know. I got to look at it, man. I got to look at it. I be doing so much content, man. I don't know right off the back, man. I had to look at my log, man, and see and look at the content, man. Like I be pumping out some content, man. Every month, man. I pump out like 100 pieces of content every month, at least 100. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of damn content, man. You know what I'm talking about? Content on Patreon, content here, live streams, short run content, premieres. Hey, yo, I'm about to start a new premiere channel, man. I'll start putting the details of that, man, into the chats and into the videos, man. I'm about to start a new channel for my premieres. Everyone is doing a live stream channel. I want to keep my live streams here. So I'm doing a new premiere channel. So on that channel, all I'll be doing is premieres over there. Yeah, no doubt, Walter Robinson. Yeah, it's your seed, man. But it's your seed. But we live in a society where that shit don't matter. In this society, you know what I'm saying? They're her children until she's proven unfit. They're her children. This society automatically rewards her with the children. Not so much in Mississippi and a couple of other down south states. In Mississippi, man, like Mississippi's still a patriarchy pretty much. Mississippi is one hell of a state to retire to. When you get to retirement, when you get ready to retire, man, Mississippi is a hell of a retirement state, man. You know what I'm saying? It lets you live out the twilight of your life in a patriarchy, man. And it's pretty steadfast because even the women in Mississippi are okay with that. Like they support the patriarchy. Now, except for like some black women don't in Mississippi, but they don't really have no pool. Yeah, no doubt. And they start diminishing, man. For like they start diminishing black man comes in from a little boy, but only if he's in a household, man, without a man. That's why my goal is to teach men manhood principles. You know what I'm saying? Not just I call it alpha male because the alpha male is the top-notch man representative of the society. And it has nothing to do with women. The most important part of being an alpha male when it comes to women is how you deal with them, how you allow them to deal with you. And that's the reality of it. Damn, that's crazy, man. Jason Bonner said one of his sons got shot. He made it, but they wouldn't even let him see his son initially, man. See what I'm saying? That's why, man, we got to be emotionally unavailable. Like, I deal with my son, man, from a responsibility perspective. I don't deal with my son from an emotional perspective. Is it a difficult thing to maintain? Yes, it's a difficult thing to maintain because the natural inclination is my son is a version of me. He is a newer version of myself. So it's a difficult thing. But in this society, in order not to find myself in a disenfranchised parental position where it affects me negatively, I have to deal with my son. I have to father him from a duty perspective. It's my duty to father him. You know what I'm saying? I don't let a lot of emotion become involved in that scenario. So, whereas, like I don't walk around telling my man, listen, I don't walk around like my son used to. He used to. And I let him do that when he was young. His mama would always tell him, man, she loved him and he'd tell her that. Then he got to the point where he'd tell her first. And he started off telling me that. And, of course, we had that exchange while he was little. While he was little, he was just a little kid. I wanted him to know that as a little kid. As he got older, we stopped interacting like that. I stopped telling him how much I love him and started telling him how proud of him I was, how pleased I was with his growth. You know what I'm saying? How much progress he's making, how I notice what he's doing. And I always give him accolades and let him know that I'm proud of him. Having your father proud of you is more important than thinking about your emotional attachment to your father. He knows the emotional attachment. I embedded that in him as a little kid. Now, as he's becoming a young man, he understands that I approve of his actions. So he wants to make me proud. That's what his goal is, to do things that make me proud. And that's just how it is, man. Nah, man, what you got to do, coalition, man. You gotta master the art of not let her get you in that emotional space. See, when she gets in your head and you want to call her a million bitches, like you say, and give her a verbal lashing. Sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to do it, but never do it from an emotional perspective where you get all in your feelings and get into a full out shouting match and ranting, raving and shit. Because then you forget to control the scenario. You got to do it from a perspective of deservedness. She deserves this. She's earned this. She's crossed this line where she must be verbally put in her place. But what you do, don't do that often. The majority of the time, just act like she doesn't matter, man. Like, you have to get to the point where her words don't matter. You have to get to the point where, now, if she's constantly disrespecting you, bro, you got to bounce, man. Like, this is the thing, man. If a woman's constantly disrespecting you, there's no fix. You can't fix it. There's nothing you can do to fix it. You got to do what's best for you to be able to maintain the situation if she's constantly disrespecting you. So if lashing out verbally is what keeps you cool enough to not go the hell off until you change your situation, do that. If ignoring her is what you need to do to cool yourself off before you go the hell off, then you got to figure out that thing. But man, you got to be figuring out how to get the hell out of that situation, man. I'm not fit being in those situations. Like the fact that you even have these questions, mean it's a terrible situation. So right now, if you want to call her a million bitches and give her a verbal lashing, it's because you care too much. You got to stop caring so much about what she says. You got to stop caring so much about her, period. You got to learn emotional unavailability. You have to learn emotional unavailability. Like, she doesn't deserve your love. If you love her, she doesn't deserve it. You're paying her a fee that she hasn't earned. You're paying her a salary that she hasn't earned. You're allowing her to benefit with a wage that she hasn't put in the work for. So you got to figure out how to emotionally detach yourself from that scenario. In the meantime, man, ignore her. Let her know that nothing she says bothers you. She's a cartoon character. She's not even a real person anymore. She's a figment of your imagination. She is not the woman you thought she was before you got into that situation. Obviously, she's transformed into who she truly is. So you have to understand, you don't even know her. You can't get riled up and upset by somebody you don't even know. You don't know her. She's somebody else. No, you pretty much just got to ignore her, bro. Hey, you ain't put the link in, China White, to the consultation. You ain't put the link in. And that's another thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Walter Roberts said you gotta check that little stuff. If you don't, she gonna start going upside your head because she thinks she can get away with it, man. That might be what's gonna happen, man. But the thing is, I think he's past the point of checking the little stuff. I think he's at the point now where it's already progressed to that point where it's at the point of no return now. So trying to check her and check her down on things is, and then, you got to be in a position of power to do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to be in a position of power to do that. So I don't know what the particular situation is, man. I don't know if you live with her or, if she lives with you, or I don't really know what the particulars of the situation is, but you have to, so it's really hard for me to, say what's the next thing you should do, man. And the thing is, man, go get you some air from somewhere, man. If you get in that mood right there, man, just dip. Go get some air. Unless you're in a situation where, man, if she control you like that, where you can't leave out the house or whatever, man, then but let's talk about this, man. Is this your girlfriend or one of your relatives? Because that's gonna matter a lot. Are you talking about a girlfriend or one of your relatives? Let me go back up, because I can't recall if you spoke on a relationship, the actual relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because if this is one of your girlfriends, then it's a different thing than if it's one of your relatives. If it's one of your relatives, then we're talking about apples and oranges here now, man. But just your girl of 5. Oh yeah, you 5 years in, man. If it's that bad, bro, it's time to bounce. Oh, then they moved from Cali to Atlanta. So yeah, bro. Y'all moved from Cali to Atlanta. That's rough, bro. Yeah, that's right. I'd really need some more particulars about that, man. And I think you know, that's a good question, Walt. But I think it's fairly irrelevant now, man, because he already made the move. You know, with her, and obviously, it might have been a mutual move, man. It might have been or he might follow her because I think if you're in a power position where it's rough though, because if she followed you there, then I can understand how you feel like, man, you don't want to just put out, in the joint, man. But in 5 years, man, I'm quite sure both of y'all have met other people, man. So, like just no other people have, ingrained yourself into the fabric of the community, man, or the city or the environment, man. I think it's yeah, no doubt. Now that's one thing. While if you follow her, man, it's over. But it's over anyway, man. Oh, it seems like she's hating and always accusing you of cheating. Well, hell, man, are you cheating? Well, not that you could, unless you telling her that. But it seems like she's hating, always accusing me of cheating. I don't know, man. It's possible. It's possible, man. It's possible that she's cheating. You know what I'm saying? If she's out, because I'm telling you, man, guilt has a way of doing that to people, man. People be in their feelings about what they doing, man. They be like, man, if I'm doing it, man, they gotta be doing it. Ain't no way they ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Holding that guilt in, man, it has a way of eating at people to where they start viewing you like you're doing what they're doing. So it's possible, man. It's possible that she's projecting her own energy onto you, man. Mayo Selah, I appreciate that, brother. What up with you, man? Good to see you in the joint. That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's rough, bro. That's rough. Sneaker Huncho said I used to cheat on my ex all the time. I always accused her. Yeah, that might be what it is, brother. She might be cheating on you, man. I mean, you say you're not, so that might be what it is, man. Because if you're not, then you're not leaving any signs. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing, and this is the reality of it. If you're in a relationship and you're telling a woman, man, that y'all monogamous, and then you have other women, you do shit like keep your phone on you all the time, have a lock on your phone and all that. Because if you're lying about it, then you obviously don't want her to find out. So if you lying about it and you told her it's just y'all, don't try to act like, a lot of dudes say, man, I just do what I want to do. No, you don't. You try to hide it. So if you're not doing any of that, man, it sounds like she's projecting, bro. And ATL has a tendency, man, to make women get wild. It does, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So we about to get on out of here, man. We've been in this joint, man, chilling for a minute, man. I'm ready to get out there. Joint been here for 2 hours and 35 minutes. That's long for Dr. BoA, man. I normally don't be in here no longer than about 2 minutes, about 2 hours, man. She snooped through my IG and Twitter, finding shit from 2010 and trying to fight about it. 2010. Hey, hold up, man. She trying to fight with you about stuff that happened before her? Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. She out there, bro. She cheating, man. It's her. She the one doing it, bro. I can almost guarantee it. She the one doing it. It's her out there wilding out. She out there doing it, and let me tell you what women do, man. Women will try to find out that you're doing something, so they can come back and tell you when their shit hits the fan. They can say, "Well, you were doing this," and try to act like you're the reason that they're doing it. And so if she's going back to 2010, you say y'all only been together 5 years, man, that means you weren't even with her in 2010. So for her to be bringing that stuff up, man, she's trying to find anything and everything to get. She probably telling you some shit like, man, going back 2010, talking about you probably still messing with this bitch. She probably doing dumb stuff like that, man. That's the only thing she could do with something that was from a time before her. She's reaching, man. She's reaching for straws, man. She grabbing straws, trying to find a reason to throw it in your face that you're doing it. So when it comes out that she's doing it, or that she won't feel so guilty about doing it. But she out there wilding out, man. She doing something, bro. Yeah, she doing something, bro. She's trying to make it seem as if she's doing it because you're doing it. Like you forced her to doing it, man. They'll try to find an excuse for anything, man. They're gonna always bring up, if they can't bring up you, they're gonna bring up some other dude. Women are gonna always shift the blame to someone else. And 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be you or whoever else. If it's not you, then they just go to pulling random motherfuckers out. They'll blame anybody for it if they can't blame you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of it. And that's, hey man, I wish there was some other logical explanation for it, bro, but that's about it. That boy may I say like I said, his homie wife has a copy of his WhatsApp and everything he does come to her phone too. Man, I'm not finna be in no situation like that. I'm not finna do that, man. China White just gave you some female game, man. Tell her to. So let me ask you this, man. Do y'all have access to each other's phone? To the homie coalition. Do y'all have access to each other's phone? Oh, y'all back in California now. Oh, hell, y'all back in California, man. Oh, man, if you back home, man, shit, bounce. If you from California and you back home, man, you need to bounce out of that situation, bro. We're in Sacramento. I just left to Oakland. I don't know, man. It's too many unvariables here, man. Like, are you trying to shake her? You're doing the right thing, man. You're doing the right thing, man. Let me tell you what you do. You gotta cut her off, communication wise. Like, if y'all ain't together right now, nah, bro, she keep contacting you because you let her. Cut her ass off. Cut off communication. You gotta put her on ice, homie. I got a video, man, called "Put on Ice." Go Eskimo on these hoes. That's what you gotta do, man. You gotta go Eskimo. You gotta put on ice, bro. If she's still contacting you, man, it's because you want her to contact you. You can nip that shit in the bud. You know what I'm saying? If she's contacting you, put her on ice, homie. Ice her. Block her on everything. Block her on everything. That's what you gotta do, man. Block her on everything. But if she hitting your mom, hitting your little bro, hey man, as long as she ain't hitting you, block on everything. And yeah, man, you gotta real man. You know what, man? You caught up in the real life fatal attraction up in this motherfucker, man. You caught up in the real life fatal attraction, man. Like you gotta. Yeah, man. I mean, if you're trying to just block her, man, block her on everything. She can contact whoever she want to contact. As long as she can't contact you, you got to block her on everything, man. On everything. Whatever you got, any social media you got, block her. Your phone, block her. Email, block her. That's just what you got to do, bro. That's how we see you, Michael Douglas. Yeah, man. Yeah. You gotta listen, man. You gotta. You already put some distance, man. Now you gotta. You gotta block on everything, man. You gotta put on ice. That's really it. So, man, we're gonna get on out of here, homies. I've been sitting in the chair, man, for damn near 3 hours, man. And I'm ready to get up out there joint now for real. No doubt, Kenwood, man. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Salute to you. Yeah, so yo, my moderator, man, China White just put the link to the video, put her on ice. Watch that video, man. It'll tell you, it'll give you some tips on how to put on ice, man. It'll do that, man. And so do that, man. Put on ice. Put on ice. Appreciate that, China White. Appreciate you going pulling up that video, coming through with the link. See, when you put on ice, this is the main thing that happens when you put on ice. That little urge you have to keep picking up the fucking phone when she call you. That little urge you have to keep responding to a text when she texts you. That little urge you have to keep responding to an email when she email you. That little urge you had to respond to a DM when she DM you. That little urge you had to respond to an inbox when she inbox you. All that shit goes away because she can't do none of that. You take the pressure of responding to her off of yourself by taking away her ability to communicate. And that's just what you got to do, man. So we out of here, man. We out of here. RJ Bex. Respect, brother. Walter Robinson. BoA. Won't put her eyes, make her want it more. It don't matter if she wanted more, bro. If she can't never get in touch with him. You know what I'm saying? He putting on ice for himself. He need to build up his strength. His resistance strength. He's having a hard time resisting her if she can call him and he answers the phone. Like he's having a hard time making that break. So what he's got to do is give himself time to build his own strength up to be able to deal with her from a we're done perspective. Right now, it doesn't seem like he can deal with her from an it's over perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I say, man, and then and if you're talking about now, I get an understanding of the scenario. Like y'all ain't even cohabitating right now. So the fact that she's pushing you to a state where you feel like you need to go off on her and call her all type of everything means that you're giving her too much access and you can't resist the urge to give her that access. So she's calling you, you're answering. She's texting you, you're responding. She's hitting you on social media, you're responding. You got to cut all that communication off until you get to the point where you cannot respond. And now since you got to respond, you got to cut off the communication. So, but it more than likely it will make her wanting more, but he's got to build his strength up. The most important thing right now is him building his strength up, his resistance strength up, because whether she wants him or not, without resistance strength, he gonna be, if she decides she don't want him no more and stop chasing him, if he ain't got resistance strength, hell, he liable to go back and start calling her, trying to find out why she ain't calling him. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that he got to cut her off. You know what I'm saying? You got to put on ice. Ice is always the proper response when you can't figure out your next move in a situation with a woman. Putting her on ice is always the proper response when you don't know what your next move should be. Because you need time to figure out your next move. And the only way you're going to be able to do that from a logical, reasonable, masculine headspace is to block her ass and keep that energy away from you. The influence of her energy will make you keep taking things that you shouldn't take. So, yeah. Just block her on everything, man. Hey, just keep giving it your best effort, bro. Just keep giving it your best effort, man. Like I'm be honest with you, man. It's easy for us to say these things, but sound like homie got a real life stalker on his fucking hands, man. And I've had some experience with a stalker myself, man. All these things we're saying is cool, but if a woman want to find you or want to talk to you or want to, man, she'll spare no expense on finding your ass. And that's the reality of it. So sound like he's dealing with a real live stalker, man. Like he left the city to get away from her energy, man. Like you got to understand, man. She's got that. She's got that, and she's a woman, man. So she's got some Lilith demon spirit on her right now, man. That's a spirit of attachment, man. Like she's got a spirit of attachment on her, and she's trying to attach and cling to this man, man. This is real in the spiritual realm right now. We're talking about the spiritual realm right now. All these things we're saying, yeah, they work when you're talking about the normal human realm. But we talking about the spiritual realm right now, man. Bro, you got to invoke the power of the Most High right now, bro. And that's the reality of it, man. So we're going to bounce on out of here, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. It's been real in the field. So anyway, let's let's do this again, man, on tomorrow, man. We'll be back in the game. Appreciate everybody coming through. Avoid the haters, avoid the fakers, avoid the betas. And it's always alphas up, betas down. Homies. Peace. Oh, hold up, man. Hold up. You might have to get some legal help too, bro. You know what I'm saying? You might have to get some people involved, man. Like you might need to be talking to a lawyer or somebody, man. You might need to get a restraining order, man. This chick here crazy, man. Y'all be easy, man. Y'all be easy, man. J Rock, be easy, bro. SJ3, peace, homie. Yeah, KG3, man, this bro nuts. Male Selah, man, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it, man. Trying to grind for the homies, man. Walter Robinson, I appreciate that, bro. You know, just trying to do what I do, man. Keep it one. Man, my live stream schedule, man, probably finna slow down a little bit. You know, I don't know, man. I just feel like when I start feeling like, man, I'm coming on too much, especially since I've been on O'Shea joints, man. You know, I really just been thinking about trying to focus on regular content uploads, man. Trying to, you know, keep my regular content thorough. We'll see though, man. We'll see. Yeah, man. That no doubt, my city. He must have hit her with the Savage Pack. Must have hit her with the Savage Pack. Top hat players, peace. You know, it's the reality of the situation, man. Yeah, you gotta. Nah, I ain't gonna burn it, bro. Bama be there every year, man. You can't win them all, bro. They just won the national title last year. They be there every year. Every year we there. Of course, man. Clemson had a better team this year, but they got some recruits from Alabama. That boy Ross, man, he was the number one. He was the number one high school prospect in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Him going to Clemson put them, you know, that put them over the hump because we didn't have a defender that could do anything with him. It's not like Alabama is just there one time. You know, we went 14-0 this year, man. So I mean, hey, man, the Bama be back next year, man. Bama be back every year. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. This is the thing. Both of these senior classes are leaving. Both of these senior classes finished with 55 wins and 2 national titles. So we're talking about two pretty even senior classes. They play each other in the national title game every year. So, you know, Bama win, Clemson win. Bama win, Clemson win. Every now and then you throw in somebody else, but for the most part, it's been Bama and Clemson over the past 5 years or so. Over the past 5 years, man. So it's cool, man. You know, it's just 1 year, bro. It's just 1 year. You know, for one thing, you know, is that Bama will be back next year. You know that. You know for a fact Bama will be back next year. So I mean, it's good, man. Hey, I enjoyed the game, man. I enjoyed watching Clemson play, man. They played one hell of a game, bro. That might be the most well-oiled offense I've seen in some time, man. Like that offense was rolling, man. With a 6'5" quarterback throwing to a 6'4" receiver with hops and speed, it's rough. You know what I'm saying? And those young boys on the Bama secondary, man, they got exposed for being who they are. So now my Bama stuff ain't going nowhere, bro.